So, welcome everyone to D6, where I, OGM, bring together several friends from across the internet to play on a tabletop live show. We're back.
I was half expecting Connor to hit the fart.mp4 button for
No, not during game. I asked kindly for not that.
Some people can contain themselves.
Yes, all the responsibility of it all. So we're back officially filming again, even though time has been slightly different for all of you, as episode 7 through 9 were our last few sessions before episode 6 had come to a close. So now that we're back, we're going to be filming full force, and we're also going to be looking forward to this wonderful year.
Yeah.
All right.
It's already been a year.
Right. What?
There it is again.
Yeah,
Man, Captain, what a year. It's January.
Yeah, I heard a little beep too.
It's a ghost.
I also heard a little beep.
It's a spook?
It sounded almost like a phone boop. Like how you're...
Or like a low battery boop?
Ooh.
Something beeped.
Yeah, I know what it was. Yeah, no, it's the
still
iPad.
good?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
good. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's alright. We'll move forward. Anyways, before we get on into today's session, some relatively quick announcements for the show and also sponsor stuff. First and foremost, hopefully by this point, I have released the Blast Guard subclass.
I'm working on it, okay?
I know.
Everybody looks at Kendra.
Hopefully, and also with that in mind, I know I've been talking about this for years and years and years, and I've been trying to plan it out. We are about a couple of subclasses away to probably saying that will be the last few subclasses for a while, mainly because I will also be working on basically looking at all of the magical items that I have ever produced over these past several years and kind of scaling them or kind of adjusting them because of balancing issues and stuff like that. Because all of this is going to one day get compiled into the source book for our campaign. And it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of effort, and it also takes a lot of spelling corrections because I am a Neanderthal behind a keyboard. And so with that in mind, if you guys are interested in checking out our Patreon for all of our homebrew sunglasses and stuff like that, there will be a link down below for all of that, as well as our quick announcement for our podcast version of the show, which gets uploaded every Saturday at 6 a.m. Pacific time, 9 a.m. Eastern time. This is just basically so that way, for those of you who are not into the visual aspect of our show, you can listen to the audio version of our show. Or you could always just come back and watch the visual version first, because the visual version comes out first.
Just make sure you don't watch the podcast while you're driving. That's dangerous.
That's against the law.
It's against the law.
The
lure. And also, I think, since we're back into filming, and also, sorry, I put this way too far away from my desk. Our wonderful sponsor over at Mirror Labs, who had sent us their TTM-7, which this stuff is amazing for miniatures and miniature builds, and has high strength, high detail resin that I absolutely love. If you are willing to go check them out, and also if you want to give us a bit of a kickback, go to Amira Labs. There's a link down below, both in the podcast and in the video form. And give the stuff a quick look, and if you buy any, then we get a little bit of money back. I just love this stuff. All of our D&D miniatures, especially our play miniatures, are printed with this stuff. It is amazing. I absolutely love it. Please go check them out. They are our sponsor, and they were really cool to just send us some of their really good resin. And that's
I can also testify to the durability of these. We've had a couple of them fall onto the floor off of the table. Perfectly fine.
Yeah, usually it's Citra and Canis that
Canis
break,
still
but they
has
have not
his
broken.
hands.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah. He still has his hands for now.
I can't wait for you to just Nero me from DMC and just grab him by the arm and rip his body off.
Nah.
Just get yeeted so hard his arm flies off.
All right.
So glad you're still using that. Grab him by the arm, rip his body off.
All right. That being said, nothing. I don't think there's anything else pressing at the.
The only change is that unfortunately TikTok got banned, and there goes our channel.
Well, it's not gone. It's not gone. It's just it's in a state in which it will progressively get worse. So follow us.
Unfortunately, it is.
Same.
Unfortunately, Aaron, it is that we cannot access the account. We cannot do anything with it banned in the United States.
Oh. Well.
Yarp.
There you
Anyway,
go.
so Blue Sky's great.
Yep.
Yep.
As for me, I will continue to get worse with time.
But this does not mean that the account is gone. It is just inaccessible. Everything that we already
this
have
time.
on TikTok is still available for anybody outside of the United
Still
States
searchable.
to see it.
D6.
So,
Sorcerer's Account.
Hey.
Now trending in Guam?
Actually, we
Paraguay.
had, funnily enough, we actually did have a lot of audience in Northern Europe, so who knows?
Ah. Anyways, we should get to the game.
We should probably do that.
Aaron's literally playing the "Please Get Off the Stage" music.
I love that.
Has the shepherd's crook to yank us out.
Sorry. I'm not like most D&D games where we sit around for an hour talking before playing.
Hey.
Right. So, that being said, where we had last left off. As the Wayward Vanguard make their way into the land of Arcadia, the forge lands of the gods. As you have come to find that this reflection has caused its magic to go wild for mysterious reasons and purposes, you all decide to make an agreement with one of the several kings and queens of each facet of Arcadia. One of which is the Queen of Rain, as she had basically agreed to accept all of your help under the condition that you all speak to the Forge Guards. After speaking to at least two of them, one of them opting to allowing you under the circumstance that you give him or find him a particular piece of the forge that is necessary. In exchange, he'll upgrade your equipment as long as none of you betray him or tell on him. In acceptance to this, you all find yourselves within the magnificent mansion of Salazar, where you go to peacefully and collect yourselves within this place. That. And of course the thing with Rolloy, but that's
Yeah, but also Canis with the giant
We'll
snake
get to
room.
that later.
Oh boy.
as
Yeah.
we
I love
usually
my
do.
trauma room.
Did we rest? I was gonna say, is Canis okay?
We'll find out. Citra.
Me trying to speed read all my notes.
Citra.
Huh.
As you dream, you find yourself back in this abyss, this endless darkness, this void.
She's kind of looking around going, I thought we were done with this. Okay. She's just kind of looking around for anything at this point. Just waiting for whatever to appear or just start speaking. Just, okay. You have my attention.
You feel a presence here. But it is not visible.
She can see, though, right? Generally. It's
Of
just...
course.
Yeah. She's gonna try finding this, like, presence. Like, she's trying to, like, hone in on where she's feeling it, I guess.
Here, you feel it everywhere. It is not something that your senses could deny. It feels like it's here everywhere.
Well, I know I consumed that light. Is this the darkness, or, like, is this another person that's trying to talk to me? I'm right here. You can talk to me. She doesn't know what to really do. She's in a void.
There is again that descent. This cloth comes from atop. As it lands flat, begins to reform itself. These piercing blue lights beyond its veil.
Hello again. What is it this time?
As it draws close to you.
Well, she doesn't move because I don't think she's ever sensed like it's gonna harm her, so.
You again. Mythos.
You keep calling me that. Why?
You are special.
In
Rich
what way?
point.
Oh, sorry, Aaron, I didn't... You're a little low for me. Let me turn you back up. Alright, go ahead.
You are a bridge, a connection
To what?
to unity.
Unity?
Yes.
That's a pretty vague statement.
It is our life's work.
Hour.
As the veil head turns slightly and looks back, you see almost as if rising from the sea of black. Various humanoid-like figures, aberrations, monstrosities, beasts, creatures from beyond just fill the back of this thing, just continuing on into infinity. Unity. No struggle. No pain.
Aaron, you're a little low. I heard struggle and then that's it. I'm so sorry.
No struggle. No pain.
Okay. What am I supposed to be doing then? 'Cause last time you spoke to me, it was about not letting the flame go out, and now it's with me. I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time following you.
There is a corruption, a rot. You are to bridge the gap so that we may unify again.
Would this we be the realms that we've been jumping between? She's making a guess considering that there are, as you said, humanoids, monstrosities, so on and so forth, and it's not just Erziheimel in this case, so she's trying to connect the dots, seeing as they've already been to now 3 different places.
Nature and death have intertwined in the land you inhabit.
Mm-hmm.
There is one to struggle, to fight in vain. You claim the light and the dark. Now, death and nature must be claimed.
I know that our team is essentially taking up the position of being some sort of deity. I have one in our team I think that would be for that. Next. If you're in my head, you know who I'm talking about.
I cannot detect your thoughts.
Okay, that's a
They
little
are
bit more
your
comforting.
own.
So what do I do?
What you wish. Me first. And you see as the bodies behind this figure begin to fall and sink back into the deep. You see as the figure also falls and then even pierces beyond the black void as it enters and disappears. This white sheet just gone.
Okay. she has a feeling she's got to go talk to Salazar and Nyx now. She's like, I need sleep first. This is a lot.
As such, this dream comes to a close.
She at least gets to sleep. Like, this doesn't take away from her being able
No,
to
it
rest,
does
right?
not.
Oh, okay.
No, it does not.
Thank you. Okay.
I mean, obviously, we've done this several times before.
I don't know. Sometimes she'd be like, ha ha ha, you didn't sleep. Fuck!
And as such, as you all awaken, as the new day begins, and all of you, having garnered your full rest,
Yay.
you find yourselves convening slowly, depending on how you guys want to approach each other in the
Citra-
house.
Citra has a big think on her face. That's what she's dealing with right now.
Nyx is also surprised this morning. As I assume that they did not have a dream.
No, they did not.
I know Winry's walking out of her room just stretching. She's like, oh, that was such a good sleep after all this stress. Oh.
Citra's just nodding to whomever's talking. She's not really listening. She's trying to, like, decipher what it is that she was told. Kind of looking at Nyx. I don't know if Salazar's there, but, like, she's trying to, like, piece it together, meanwhile just, like, half lazily braiding the long hair, just trying to figure out how to approach this. While also being, who made me spokesperson? I hate this.
You'll get used to it.
You can read my thoughts? No. Okay. She got used to it with Sav, but anyone else being able to read her thoughts is terrifying.
You'll get used to that too.
Squid. I have something to say to y'all, and it's gonna be really weird. But then again, this whole situation has been weird, so I guess this is the new normal.
Could be
And
weirder.
she's looking at Nyx for now, because I haven't heard Cotter say if Salazar's walk out yet or not.
Salazar would probably be up around this point.
Oh, okay. So she'd be looking at the two of them, like, I specifically dealing with the two of you, actually.
Nyx squints.
It's
Salazar
nothing-
also squints.
Don't kill the
Just
messenger,
simultaneous
please.
squint.
So, you remember how I had that voice in my head, called me Mythos and all that stuff, and went for the don't let the flame go out, that whole spiel back in Celsium, right? That happened? No, not Celsium, Elysium.
I remember.
Well, it came back to me again.
Mm-hmm.
And what did it say this time?
Well, for one, I'm supposed to be, like, I guess, a bridge for unity, but also death and nature have kind of wrapped around itself back in Yurtziheimel, and that needs to be rectified, and you, being a necromancer, and you being a druid, I think it's trying to speak to me about you two. Needing to eventually step up into what Sav and I are already doing.
Nyx raises an eyebrow, chewing on their pipe a little bit.
It is incredibly vague.
Yeah, Salazar will, like, fold his arms in front of his chest and, like, just side-eye Nex for a little bit.
Nyx exchanges a glance as well, just like...
It
Fuck.
showed me... It showed me many things. Monstrosities, humanoids, and that I have to be a bridge to unity, or as unity. So I can only imagine it's talking about the different realms, but then it talked to me about death and nature kind of wrapped up in itself right now back home. I've claimed the
That is
light.
incorrect.
Okay, I got confused then, because it was
It
hard kind of
mentioned-
piecing it together.
It mentioned that death and nature has intertwined itself in the land in which you hail now.
Oh, now! I heard in the land, and I was like, okay, Yurtziheimel? Okay, so that's here. Got it. Sorry. My bad.
Dreams are always weird.
These aren't dreams, these are visions.
Apparently prophetic visions, if the
Kind of.
event in Elysium is to be believed.
Well, it was telling me what to do, not that it's going to happen. It could not have happened. I could have died.
So basically, it's telling you what is going on / what needs to happen? Question mark.
There is a rot, and as you it's death and nature have. Say it one more time, Aaron. I'm so sorry.
Death and nature has intertwined in the land in which you hail now.
So, safe to assume, I think that means that we're gonna need you two. For sure. I'm making a big assumption, I know, but, like, I'm going off whatever clues I've been given at this point, and considering what happened back in Elysium, I'm not about to question it.
I'm not sure about being given instructions by a random voice in your head.
It knows who I am, it called me Mythos, and it put me and Sov on our path to becoming deities, and we all know that we all have to do that at this point, so...
For consuming a piece of a deity, yes.
It wasn't a piece of a deity. It was Light of the Star.
So, like, the raw power of a deity without it actually being part of one?
Yeah.
I think we colloquially referred to it as a divine spark.
Thank you.
Correct.
I'm not trying to tell you what to do, I'm just telling you what it told me, and considering it's basically just giving us, hey, you should probably do this, it's being helpful. It's not commanding.
Well, I suppose the two of us ought to be careful then. Keep our eyes out.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I can only imagine the rot it's talking about is probably still that stuff we've been dealing with.
That could be possible. But we won't know until we see it.
We are
We know-
also prepared to deal with it.
Yeah.
Now we
And
are,
Thank
yes.
goodness.
And that's all I got so far, unless any of you have anything to add. She'll look at everybody, including Sov, like, this is it, that's all I got.
I don't know, I had a dream about a dinosaur. I don't know about you guys, but I don't think that's exactly relevant.
It's a dinosaur.
Oh my goodness.
My goodness, I need to take you to Hongwei when we get back to Erziheimel.
Okay.
Well, I'm not really looking forward to another type of promotion or having another target on my back, since your brother, pointing to Canis, is out to destroy kinds of deity kind of stuff. Not really my vibe, but we'll see when we see it.
I mean, he's already gunning for us because of Canis. Only becoming more deities is just gonna make the target even more bigger for all of us in that case.
It will make fighting him more survivable.
Which is the whole point. So it's not
Especially
exactly a promotion that we were avoiding, it was a promotion that we have to do to survive.
Okay.
At least we'll have each other to back each other up.
Does that make more sense for you then, Nex?
Yeah, it's more
Keeps the star
appealing.
alive. Yeah. We're just trying to make sure our star doesn't get destroyed. And in this case, all
Right.
the other realms around it.
I think Salazar just gets a kind of faraway look at his eyes when godhood is mentioned.
I mean,
You
you
have
have
to-
to, you have to accept it. It's either that or death.
And you have to see it as more than just protecting our star.
Mm-hmm. It's bringing balance back as well because the gods are gone.
So that means then every one of these that we complete and get through will bring more stability.
understand
Correct.
that this is a permanent position too. So I'd start really kind of thinking this over. We're not just gonna go back, defeat Roya, and then just, alright, here's my position, someone else take it. That's not how that works. At least as far as I know, that's not how that works.
This is kind of like making a very thoughtful face. And just
The only person that has any kind of experience with that, and she looks at Arya, is her.
Yes, what is being a god like?
actually, I would like to know that as well. Yeah.
The only one that's been a god is Arya.
Well, to be honest, when I began my ascension to godhood, I didn't even realize it was happening at first.
You didn't know?
No, I was ignorant. I was just a bard. I was raised by a human mother. I didn't know anything about how that worked. So when I landed the blow on Lolth, I had no reason to suspect what would happen. Eventually, I did ascend, and I enjoyed my divinity, but it comes with a lot of sacrifices.
That's true.
I almost feel bad for the lot of you.
Why's that?
Yeah, why?
Sounds like you're going to be leaving a lot behind.
Yeah.
That's
I didn't really
part of it,
have
really.
much.
It's that, or balance doesn't come back to the star and we lose our home anyway. At least in one solution, whomever we are leaving behind get to live.
Still, you have things to lose. That's a terrible burden.
Well aware. For once,
I've already
Citra is
lost
not
what I
smiling.
had to lose.
If I may. As he looks towards you, Arya, soft. At the time of your ascension, there were rules, as far as I was ever told from Maya, why the gods were not allowed to enter Earthseheim all willy-nilly.
I once was able to visit
And then you were
until
sent
Bahamut
back.
closed the gate.
That is because of the... Of course. That is because the Divine Gates had once a purpose. The rules of the Divine Gates are esoteric and not well known, but they were upheld by many of the old Divine Gods. As all of you might know, the Endless Gods, they still exist down within Earthseheim, hidden away within the very fabric of its design. The rules are different for each pantheon. Mayhaps those rules could be different for all of you.
Maybe. Well, until we reach that point, we're not going to really know, but until then, we have to be prepared that it may not be different either. But I appreciate the vote of confidence in that one.
Of course.
Because at the end of the day, whether it does change or not, we're going to make sure the star continues on. I'd say it's worth it.
a lot of my favorite people are still there, so kind of want to keep them around.
Well, for now, it seems like I've been given a helpful hint for at least Nyx and Salazar in Arcadia. But also Canis as well, since we're still looking for that person too. So we've got 3 different objectives. Hopefully they won't be crazy dispersed across Arcadia at least.
I suppose we should get to it then.
Yeah. Thank you for
Agreed.
the mansion. I actually slept for once. Like, really
It was
nice.
a very comfortable mattress.
Looks at the Nyx's room with, like, feathers coming out from under the door still, right?
Yep,
Arya
feathers,
just
fluff,
finds,
all
like,
kinds of
A
stuff.
flood of down, just
Yeah, they probably have like a few
Still
feathers
stand
on
to
them
rules.
that they
Arya
haven't
pipes up
just
like,
swapped
yeah,
off.
Salazar, you have amazing
glad your
taste.
accommodations were to your liking. He just sort of like blinks and looks off into the distance for a second.
Citra just leans over to Arya. He doesn't know how to accept compliments yet.
Oh, we'll work on that.
It's just not something I'm usually complimented about.
Well, you're gonna have to get used to it with us.
I said it mostly for the irony. Just like,
Very well.
no, not this is out of character. Out of character. I said that for the irony, knowing that Canis had a really fucked up room.
No, you as a player do. No one else has seen the inside of that room.
No.
Yeah.
Arya said it sincerely.
But the
Arya
player-
was being sincere, but me as a player,
Just-
I said that for the fun.
It's like the scene cut away. It just cuts back to Candace's room, staring into the eyes of the giant snake, like, "Whoa."
This is called dramatic irony.
Like, I guess.
But no, Arya meant it.
I guess now we have to go commit a crime. Citra actually, like, the eye twitch because she's having flashbacks back to Wallenstein.
Well, we first have to talk to the others about getting the device thing, and it's gonna like.
Oh,
raise
the
their
ability to be able to
hands.
cast spells outside of the dome.
Yes.
That would be nice. I don't think any of us want to be polymorphed or something.
Yeah. I would rather not turn one of you into like a potted plant or something.
What?
Well, it was just the spellcaster that had the effect, really, so...
Well,
But
okay,
it's
then
wild
I don't want
magic.
to turn myself into a potted plant.
It may not even be that. As the Growlin said, like, you could explode a mine or something, too. You don't know.
Yes, let's just try to avoid all of that.
Best not to take our chances.
Yeah, so... Divine situation for the two of you. Find that guy in the forge somewhere for the book, and to find him specifically. Get that piece of the forge to the dwarf. Get that other piece for ourselves so we can go outside the dome and cast magic safely. This list keeps getting longer.
Well, he has our items still.
Yes,
so we
that
will have
too.
to go back, and then we will have to go
Yeah.
down to resolve
Okay.
the situation at hand.
I feel like getting our weapons is probably the easiest part of the day.
Well, we'll have to do that after we speak to everyone else, because I'm sure he still needs time.
Unless-
Mastercrafted works can't be done in a day.
It's only been a single night.
Why are y'all looking at me for? I'm not the leader of this group.
I wasn't looking at you.
It was just the silence. I was like, what's going on?
I suppose we eat, we change, and then we get on with our tasks for the day.
Yep, one
Agreed.
step at a time.
Well, as all of you return to your rooms and prepare,
It's really just making
Nyx
sure the brain is not a
will-
mess.
Nyx will approach. I believe. Like, I'm just trying to reread my notes and make sure I have this all time accurate since it's been a while. Okay, yes. Nyx approaches Canis.
Yes.
Bow.
So, thought you might want some good news after all that happened with the whole thing that happened back at the other plane and stuff.
Oh.
Your son is fine. They're with their grandparents. And he is apparently taken some form of charge to helping the situation there. Or at least that's what Fuchsia has told me.
Thank you. That is a load off my mind.
Good. We don't want you to have a mental break before you get your shit done.
He'll just look back to his room. Yes.
I don't know if Nyx caught him like right when he was entering his room or not, but
No, he'll make sure that no one sees the inside of that room besides maybe Salazar, because he's the only one that should know what the fuck is in that room.
The only people
because
that
Nyx has
know.
no idea what the fuck is happening between them, but Nyx would totally have been like, damn, you got the giant snake? I'm a little jealous. But he's like, yeah, so I'll try to keep you updated on all that. Okay, bye.
Finger guns. Okay. Walks away.
It's kind of like watching the like most raggedy person just like, all right, bye.
Just
Thank you, hobo pigeon lady.
yes.
Oh god. Was that a callback to Home Alone 2?
No?
Holy shit. It is
Go
now.
pigeons. Attack my minions. Okay. Oh, yes.
Fetch me their souls.
All right. Anybody else want to talk to anybody else?
I'm going to assume Salazar is going to be the last one out of the mansion when we're filing out.
Yeah, probably.
Before we finish up in the mansion, Canis will just step aside, look to Salazar, and say, "Thank you for opening your home to me."
He folds his arms in front of his chest. It wasn't exactly my home. I don't have one of those anymore.
Oh, the sass.
We have
But
much
you're
to-
welcome.
He'll nod at that. We have much to talk about later. And he'll be off.
The rest of the crew's just down the hall watching, like, oh my god. No, I'm kidding.
I can't hear this shit. He was doing this
No.
private for intent.
I know, it's just the idea.
Oh, holy shit!
We waited 10 episodes for this.
I was on the edge of my fucking seat.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting too, don't worry.
We both got shit to do and we know it.
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah.
shit!
Citra is doing her best to compartmentalize right now. Finish putting that brain back on. Alright, time to go commit crime, I guess.
Gee, I wonder why those two have beef.
It wasn't exactly my home. I don't have one of those anymore. Holy fuck!
Yes, and back to the Orochimaru room.
Oh, God.
It's gonna be a wild ride.
Yup.
See that peep peep. Alright. So, as all of you traverse into the brand new day here within Alexandria, as you traverse to one of the other bell towers and make your way to, I believe it was Helidir. Yes. As you make your way to one of these massive bell towers, you see as this one points out to the north end of Alexandria. As you do, you can see the door is much like the rest in some ways, but this one looks like it is made out of finer metals and various other kinds of material. A combination of mithril, adamantine, orichalcum, steel, and coppers, and various colors that complement the entirety of its doors. As you pass through them, you can see, much like the other bell towers' rooms, about the same size, this is clearly somebody having a obsessiveness to making sure everything is properly sized and organized within this room. As you see several stones and rocks and pieces of unrefined metals as they go from smallest to biggest in one wall, and they kind of just climb up like staircases, and various tools are properly placed and sized in what looks like to be these perfect outlines for all of them.
And we're letting Nex in this room?
This is a level of meticulous that does define somebody that just has an obsessiveness to this. As you look to see with what looks like to be a very intently kind of leaned in, kind of shrimpy posed dwarf, as they are currently just ticking away at a bracelet and just bing, ting, ting, ting.
Hello?
Hello. Ting,
It's very pretty.
ting. I am aware. Is there something I can do to help you all?
I think Canis was the one explaining this each time.
I think it was. I need to go back through the notes. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Sorry, like what was the general gist that we have to do again?
Getting approval from Forge Masters to go into the mine, and we needed things from them specifically. That's what I remember.
Helidir was the one that has been making these bracelets that kind of prevent the wild magics that
Oh,
Thank you.
got it. Yes,
so we
thank
just
you.
need the magical control. Gotcha.
We plan on doing some expedition deep into the mines, and we require the devices that allow us to use magic.
As she leans up, you can see as she kind of comes a bit to her height, you see as the sides are deeply shaven down, but there is this large, almost Pompadourian hair that then just keeps going down. And then you see those thick braids. On each side of this dwarven woman's face is of course the measured beard that comes along with their shape, and her eyes kind of glimmer like gold.
Ooh.
A lot of you are outsiders.
Yep.
I've never seen you before. As she
Recently visiting.
She goes and she grabs one of the many small stacks of papers that have kind of piled up next to her, as she grabs one of the letters and flips and then kind of goes and reads. see. That's what the work order was for. Right.
Oh,
And she
so
puts it down.
I'm guessing that kind of clears that up then.
It does and it doesn't. These bracelets, they are difficult to manufacture. And to hand them off to outsiders, even at the behest of my queen, beguiles me so.
How can we unbeguile you then?
That's difficult to say. There's not much that I could ever want. I have plenty of everything that I ever need. And if I need to go down into the mines, then I do so myself.
Even if it's not a thing, maybe an action that we can do on your behalf to help?
Considering that we can also get rid of the black puddles of goo.
That's our task.
Above again, we handed off that spell for the other masters to study, correct?
Yep.
Correct.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
They've already got it.
But we're able to actually currently use that as is.
Yeah.
And we know your forge is out, and that's a whole sensitive subject too.
The Great Forge, the Arcadian Forge is out. Well, as
And
far as
someone
I'm
else-
aware.
Someone else went down there before, and things didn't go so well, which I am understanding the apprehension.
The Great Forge of Arcadia was given to us by our god. With him now gone, it remains unlit, and much of the powers that be, and what it had initially fed off of, is causing this wild magic surge within our lands. So, to continue to trust those that are not from Arcadia would be foolish, since we've already tried to do it before, as you have said.
With one person, yes.
And mighty convincing that person was.
This person we're talking about went in after the god was gone, or before?
After.
Okay.
I think he's one of the people that we're looking for.
He is. He's got the book that Canis needs. Is it? Did we know if it's because of the book and him, or is it because of the dreadnought that's causing the wild magic? I'm trying to remember which one it was.
We
Pretty
don't
sure.
know the exact extent.
We haven't gotten that detail.
But we do know that the corruption is here.
And we know how to handle the corruption without having to kill someone.
Yeah. Or at least that's what's in my notes.
Yeah.
The Alexandrian gates to the Arcadian Forge are protected by a very unique golem, particularly of the Forge Guard's design, in order to continue to prevent those who might descend upon this land and might try and attack the Forge, or try to use it for nefarious means. I remain a Forge Guard of my god. He is now gone, but my duties remain. I have no interest in what any of you can do or give to me.
Even if we were to tell you we helped ease and level out Elysium, and that's essentially what we're doing here at this point?
I'm sorry to
All the
say,
realms.
but I simply just do not trust any of you.
We have not earned their
is-
trust. It's fine.
It is not out of anger or bias. It's simply... You do not learn a lesson if you attempt to make the same mistake again.
Then this happened before.
Yes.
Yeah, we were just talking about the person we're looking for. I forgot his name, but it's the one Canis is looking for.
True, but I was meaning, did this happen before the guy went down to the forge, or?
No,
They're
we're-
talking
they're
about him
talking
specifically.
specifically about the guy who went down to
Alright,
the
fine.
forge. Are you not trusting us to not come back, or not trusting us to do what needs to be done? Whichever the answer may be, I don't blame you. We're strangers.
It is entirely based on both. If I send you down there, potentially you will get killed. And then that just means that there are more bodies to clean up down in our mines. And it sullies the metal.
Or you
So-
keep this going and the mine stays unlit and you still have a corruption in Arcadia.
And then everything gets worse until you all die.
So there must be something that we can do. Something to prove that we're worthy of it.
I'm currently discussing plans of action with the other Forge Guard, as well as communicating with the other major cities in order to solve this problem in a single swift blow. This land is ours. It is our home. We are to defend it. To accept outside help would be a grave disrespect.
Oh,
Just to the
please.
Forge Guard, not just to me, but also to our ancestors.
Well, then that's putting everybody at risk. If you need help and you don't accept outside help, you're dooming yourself.
We are a strong people.
And I don't doubt that.
Hold on. Wenry.
We're talking in circles here. I'm trying to get an answer.
I know,
Get
I
ahead of
know.
me.
What I'm... The issue is that the Dreadnought's affecting all of the realms. And if the realms close themselves off, whether it be fear or... I'm not doubting the strength of your people, but this is bigger than just your people and that one realm, and so on and so forth. If we can't come together and accept help and work together, all of these realms are going. All of them.
I don't disagree. However, my intent still remains. If you manage to convince the other Forge Guards, perhaps I can be swayed.
Okay. That's something I can work with. We can work with. I understand your apprehension, and I do not mean to disrespect it.
Either way, in the end, they do have the spell now that we have given to the others to help them with the situation if they refuse our help. So, oh well. They still accepted our help in one way.
We'll come back. meaning Citra's like, let's go talk to the other ones, I guess, then, because until we do as she says, there's just there's nothing that's going to go on forward here.
And
If they don't provide an opportunity... Oh, sorry, who?
Yeah. You see as she just nods her head towards all of you as a means to peacefully leave.
Mm-hmm.
Before she ignores all of your existence and goes right back to her work.
Salazar will stick around for just a moment afterwards.
My people are all dead because of their stubbornness. Don't make that mistake.
And he turns around and leaves.
As the door shuts, just the slightest raising of the eyes before going back to the work.
Okay, so we talked to the other Forge Master.
It's like talking to a brick wall in there. Goodness.
You cannot change the mind of a person who does not want their mind to be changed. It is pointless to try to argue with them. It's best to just move on.
They still gave us an option to work with rather than just being stalwart in what they decided.
We talked to the other Forge Guards.
Exactly. We don't waste any more time.
We had to do that in the
How
first
many
place
more do we
anyway.
have left?
I think one more.
There are
5?
We talked to 3 of them, right?
Yes.
Yes, there are 5.
Okay, so we got 2 more.
2 more.
Let's go.
Besides, if they don't give us an opportunity, they have to let us in before we can even prove ourselves. They weren't willing to even do that, so it doesn't matter.
They are by having us try to convince the other Forge Guards.
They have to have their own people convince them.
Mm-hmm.
See, the next one to speak to is Maxtaton. Maxtaton of the Forge Guard.
I know you say Maxtaton, I heard Mastodon.
Same here.
Holy fuck.
Mastodon!
Mastodon!
Let's fucking go!
Let's fucking go!
Yeah.
Split your lungs with blood and thunder.
Their people are...
I think we were thinking of entirely different Mastodons.
Yeah. I was thinking of the band Mastodon.
Yeah.
I was thinking of the Black Power Ranger.
Same.
Johnny or Bosch.
Mastodon!
Mastodon! I'm a frog.
Citra would kind of be muttering, but just given what I was told about this whole Unity thing and bridging the gap, we have to treat this very carefully. If we come at it heavy-handed, we may not get their help, and this whole mission fails.
You have a point.
Either
I just wish they had an
we
open
don't.
ear. But
Well, okay, so look at it this way. If we don't work with a diplomatic solution, the rest of you goody two-shoes are going to be very upset when we have to do stuff illegally. So, get
We're
your
already
shit
doing that for
together
one of them.
who said I was a
and
goody
do it
two-shoes?
diplomatically.
It's
At that
very-
point, our best bet is making sure we don't get caught.
Exactly.
Anyways,
And if we do, we're long gone by then.
we have to
He
give
gets
this
it.
our best shot and understand that, just like the other place, these people are scared and dealing with chaos.
I like
imagine-
your
Huh?
sassiness spark, and Nick's looking at Winry. But yeah, unless you do want to do crimes.
She was an actual pirate, I think.
I mean, yeah.
I had my own crew and everything. Well, no, they weren't my crew. They were my crew mates. I had a captain, but I did have my own ship.
The
Oh, I missed
sound
that
of
I was
Backstreet
on that
Boys
ship
blasting in the
once.
background with Roy and the ship and the stars.
Wow, pretty!
Huh. Nice. So I would assume that you understand the importance of communication.
Yeah. Just a little frustrating. It was fun, though, talking to a whole huge crowd of pirates and convincing them that we would be able to do things, but
That sounds like a lot.
have you been in an auditorium full of people that could kill you in an instant?
Yes,
Yes.
Okay, so these two get it.
No,
several times.
wrong. I had to face my grandfather and his league of paladins that were trying to set off a coup in Celsium.
So you get it too. Okay, similar thing, but you're the one speaking in front of them, and you have to try to make nobody mad.
Yeah, I know. She did that with Dante.
I just try to avoid that kind of conflict to begin with.
Sometimes you
kind of
can't.
have no
Same.
choice.
It's easier to kill somebody in their sleep, after all.
Meanwhile, we have Canis and Sav, two actual kings.
Oh yes, I've never spoken to people who wanted to kill me before.
Nope, not once.
Yes, but a whole lot of But yes,
Shrugs.
I understand the
Elliot
importance of
down here.
diplomacy.
Yeah.
As much as I don't like it.
So anyways, we have our next mission, which is to talk to the other two. We have to make a really good effort, or this all comes to a halt, and we don't want that.
Well,
All right, well, we'll see how this. What was his name? Max Titan? We'll see how he is.
Max to ton.
Max Titan. You and your weird names.
Don't yell at
Listen,
me.
still not a Dragon Lord fucklord.
Lord Fuckwad.
So yeah, we'll talk to this Max guy, and then we'll see what he wants.
I would suggest not calling him Max Guy, though.
Oh, I won't to his face.
That brings up questions of whether or not Wenry just writes down names to everybody she knows, including this group.
Start making name cards.
Yeah.
Alright.
Well, I mean, I may not call him Dr. Salazar, but I know he's Dr. Salazar.
Nyx needs name cards. I
If
think
we're
our
being
whole group
technical, I'm not actually a doctor.
You don't have a degree?
I know.
I suspected you
Narcissus
didn't go to
verboten.
medical school.
Malpractice!
What gave that away?
Wow, it could be that criminals aren't allowed in schools. Aghast. Nyx kind of like looking at them like,
Was it perhaps my slitted pupils or the scales adorning my face?
No, it was your lack of bedside manner.
Fair point.
you can still be a doctor with poor bedside manner.
This is the entire point of the game. You want to just go straight for bedside manner.
You don't
You
say.
don't say.
Nyx was like, oh, I thought it was just because he's a criminal. They still don't understand all that history, by the way. They still haven't gotten that part.
Listen,
Oh.
Arya's from a time where tieflings were like really, really fucking discriminated against. She's not gonna judge someone based on their race.
Teachers,
All
I
right.
don't do that in a Celsium. Haha.
Used to. Sorry.
As all
No,
of
it's
you-
still there.
As all of you traverse and make your way to the next bell tower. Kendra,
Ooh, yes.
can you be Tonelli for me for a minute?
Yes, I can!
Holy fuck.
As...
Veil time.
Not Veil.
No.
Oh, she's in the Celsius right now.
Let's go.
As you have found yourself fortunate enough to have communicated with a number of individuals here within Bolvaka to perform in front of the Sultan himself. You see as the many different musicians and dancers as you play along your songs. You hear the faint conversation as the Sultan, sitting upon his throne, and a dark-skinned, lightly blue-haired man goes to approach alongside with this grayish-skinned tiefling woman.
It's my parents!
For the sake of it, I do know your passive perception.
Thank you.
Is
The answer is it's up there.
yeah, it's a lot.
The answer is yes.
As
I actually need to pull up her old sheet. Hold on.
as your head kind of nods towards them, you hear as this heavily armored man, as he goes, I do have quite a bit of bad news. Is it because my diplomat has not returned in nearly a month's time? Or
It's been a month.
is it because I have not heard any message from the former king? It's worse. We've been getting reports from many of our naval ships that various airships have been descending from the Adamantine Bastion. As the eyes kind of shoot up. They do not bear the flag. So it goes and leans back a bit. Sire, I know not what had happened on the Adamantine Bastion if Citra has not returned either. I can presume that something has terribly happened, and as such, we have already begun to make preparations. We need Bavaka to lock down now. As to do so would cause panic. Not just only for Bavaka, but for the rest of the nation. Prepare airships and our forces. Collect the generals as well. We are about to go to war. He stands. You hear the sound of doors swing wide. His heads turn. As it looks like to be this oldish looking individual just walking in, and long gold and silver hair. What looks like to be these gnarled knuckles and just hands that look like they are just formed out of brick. As he goes to approach, he stops. Tonelli, you hear the voice of Skellig in your head. That is one.
Which one?
The one with the golden hair. They have that of the boar.
Really?
Attached to something cursed. Cursed beyond us.
Let's be ready to intervene. Just keep an eye on things.
As the head looks towards you and just nods before pushing forward and approaching. An unexpected and uninvited guest within my court. Explain yourselves. The head raises that kind of knotted hair as you see is this thick and just very broad face with these glowing red starry-like eyes. I have come to serve my master. He looks and kind of just stares at all three of them. I am in need to prove the might of the Lumerian Empire.
Oh, fuck.
Oh.
And surely the prize of the Sultan's head will please him greatly. And as such, you see as Tyrion steps forward, drawing blade and shield, and looks back. You two, leave now. And in a moment's instance, you see as the form just towering over the Royal Guard captain before landing a vicious blow straight to the sternum, and you see as he just crashes into the ground.
Oh, jeez.
And you see as several of the individuals that were once here screaming and panicking, all beginning to kind of just rush in every which direction.
Well,
No.
Tinelli's not going to be rushing out, no. She's going to be trying maybe to get a little closer without drawing too much attention, but she is definitely not going to just sit and let this happen.
Yep. As you go to approach, see as the fist goes down onto the Royal Guardsman's head again and again before he manages to kind of burst as this light fills the entirety of the room. As you have to kind of cover your eyes a bit. And then you see as the form of this massive Lumerian grows even further as this kind of boar demon-like individual just kind of takes this place.
Oh, that is not good at all.
And as such, you hear as Skellig kind of demanding action to be taken.
All right. She is going to, she's probably going to start by, oh gosh, what's the best way for her to start this out?
The wall of fire.
Immediately. I don't even remember
Pro-
if you have Dimension Door or not.
No, she does not.
She has the
It's
blender,
been a
though.
long time since I looked at this friggin' spell set. I can't remember what I have here.
You do have the blender.
She does have the blender, but
Tell me what action
think
you
sh-
just intend to take.
You don't have to
Uh,
speak a specific spell or something. Just
yeah, she's going to be using Shatter on this guy.
Alright. As you slam into your harp as a massive cracking sound goes towards him, you see as it just raises his whole back. As he ignores the awesome art before him before turning towards you, you see those massive boar tusks and the eyes. These eyes that just seem like they are bloody rubies in the sky. And I was hoping that we could have respected each other's hunt.
This isn't a hunt. Tonelli is borrowing Skellig's voice here.
Well then, old king, do you wish to protect the pathetic and the weak?
I choose to protect the leaders of this land. The ones the people trust.
Then you could die along with them. As
I'd like to see you try.
see as he slams down his foot as a giant stone comes out of it, grabbing hold and then just chucking at you. And as you go to parry, the scene ends. As the
Tonelli's
lot
a
of you,
tough little elf.
yeah. As the lot of you find yourselves at this next bell tower. As this door seems a little less ostentatious. And definitely very old. The wood is cracking and it's showing its age.
Do we knock or? She just
I would assume so.
knocks.
Come in!
Okay, it opens the door.
As the doors open, you find yourself kind of along with another two individuals. You see this kind of old hair kind of whitening with a little bit of color towards the end. Definitely these dark colors. You see kind of just very elderly looking a dwarven man who's probably on his last legs, honestly.
Oh boy.
As well
Goodness.
as just this thickly, very widely built dwarven man with kind of lighter brown hair. The beard is more rounded and then kind of tied off on the end, where the old one just like, it's just these long braided strands with what looks like to be adorned by these wonderful little pieces of jewelry. Both of them kind of wearing their massive Forge Guard gauntlets. And you see as kind of just the old one who's kind of also walking around with this gnarled stone-like stick that has been carved and crafted.
Ooh, pretty.
I didn't expect there to be two of you.
Well, I was expecting all of you yesterday.
Sorry, it was a long day.
I understand.
I'm assuming you're Mexican?
I am Lord Maxwellton of the Forge Guard. Right next to me here is Vanessa, and you see as this kind of youthful, widely built dwarf as...
Can you say his name for me one more time?
Is it Maxelton or Maxiton?
Max.
Well, it's Max-
And then this...
Yeah, what's the second guy?
Vanessa, you said?
Vanessa, sorry.
Vanessa.
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 She's a 10. She's a 6 at best.
Vanessa. as you see as, they quietly nod towards the lot of you. My deepest apologies. I know that you're all trying to help us, so we had made some minor preparations already in mind. Please, tea, cookies?
Oh, sure, thank you.
That's very kind of you.
They're about a day old.
As one would assume, because we're daylight.
Nix is already
polite.
eating them. Rat hobo.
Yeah.
Stale cookies. Crunch,
Hey,
crunch,
food is food.
It's-
So, before I could ever give you my particular approval, as well as Ven's here, would you care to explain your plan, if you'd be so kind?
Sure. She looks at Candace. Do you want to do this, or do you want me to do this?
Well, we have been tasked with going down to wake up the forge, as it will. So, needing your approval, we have... what was the name of the other dwarf masters upgrading our gear?
That is Wayward. There's
he's-
Godric, Wayward, Maxilton, Helidir, and Venesta.
Yeah, the
And
first
Godric
one.
was the one that we already sent the research over to.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's got
Godric
the
has the
spell.
research.
The next one has our weapons being upgraded because he doesn't want us to die. The third
Yeah.
one wants to get these two approvals before she even gives us the little bracelets that we can cast magic.
Well, our plan, as it were, is in order to go down to wake up your forge, we have been getting upgrades from Waird, and we have given research as to prevent the corruption to Godric. He has been currently working on that since we gave him the spellcraft in order to prevent the corruption from happening, as well as removing it. We
Without
ourselves have
having-
already figured out how to do so.
Yeah, without having anybody die in the process.
We don't have to worry too much about killing any living matter. All the mines and forges have all been protected by golems of our design for thousands and thousands of years. So, if you find yourself necessary in order to eliminate one, you're more than welcome to.
Well, that's good
Well, that's a
news.
relief.
Yes, I had even helped in the hand of crafting one of the many forge beasts down below that was in order to kind of prevent these creatures that constantly find themselves leaking in.
Yeah, the corruption affects golems as well, so we should be able to handle it.
Well, it's
Without
not the-
damaging the goods.
It's not the corruption that I'm worried about. Ven, would you possibly explain? I'm feeling a little peckish. It just
Nom,
kind of
nom, nom,
waddles
nom.
his
Eating
way
stale
over.
Teacher thinks he's adorable.
Real
You
quick,
see
does
his-
he need that tea warmed up? Because we're drinking metal just to warm that up.
He's fine.
He's fine.
He's fine. And you see his Ven kind of just... oh, man. We are more concerned by many of the creatures that do make their way into our minds. As some of you might know, realm travel does happen every so often. And one of them is, unfortunately, these creatures that constantly berate these minds. Thus, we created the forge beasts and the golems. These creatures are probably familiar, at least to your plane of existence, given the oddity of the lot of you.
We are from
What?
Ernstheimel, yes.
We have a variety of experiences.
One of our biggest issues is that there are small portals that open between our realm and yours, one-way ticket in. And those creatures are quite familiar to that of, well, I would say, in the more colloquial term, the Underdark.
Oh.
Hmm.
You know, in all my travels, I have never been there.
Yeah, neither have I.
It's rather unpleasant.
So, with the corruption, as far as what I can tell, if it's not just only infecting the golems, they could also be affecting the creatures that have made their way down there. So
that is correct.
So I think our major concern is how you intend to eliminate those particular threats. They're not easy to deal with, at least not that in our experience.
Well, to be fair, none of this experience has been easy. So portals are just opening and then closing, they're not going back, they're just ending up here.
Correct. We've tried to research into the portals every now and again, but this became a little bit more of a issue back 150 years ago, if I can remember.
150 years ago. Well, that's definitely beyond me.
Well, that was well before my time, and I was locked onto an island for a while, so I have no idea.
Canis.
Can't be me. I
Canis.
have not lived that long.
I haven't lived that long either. What's up?
No, but you have a lot of history.
You would know, actually, no, I meant to say 50 years ago. Sorry.
Okay.
Oh,
I was like, that kind of like called us all out. Like we were all too young.
This was
No,
like, we're baboons.
it had nothing to do with the Tiamat situation. It had everything to do with the Lemuria situation about 50 years ago.
Oh.
If you remember, back during the very first early sessions, a lot of portals had kind of been popping up back in Lycia Bay. And it was assumed that the problem was mainly within the prime material plane, but to hear that there are leftover echoes of basically the effects of those portals still permeating between the realms is concerning.
Yeah, I remember the Githyanki also decided to use that as a staging operation.
Yeah.
Does anyone
Fucking
know how
Gith.
Does anyone in this group know how to deal with these portals?
If they're Fey in nature, maybe, but I don't know.
This is not a Fey thing. This was
Yeah,
a world,
Nyx is like
world-shattering event
Yeah.
from 3 campaigns ago.
Oh yeah, no, Nyx is just being honest. Is just like, I don't know much about any other portal. Don't ask me.
So Citra would be
Listen,
like, we could,
I don't fucking know.
yeah, we could help with the corruption that's currently affecting both the golems and the creatures that do come in here, and hopefully we can wipe out some of them in the mines. But the portals are a little beyond the rest of us.
Trying to remember how we dealt with that before. Wasn't it we had Githzerai help us?
There was a Githzerai that had provided these kind of like gate closing crystals.
Yeah.
Like, basically, as the portal opened, you would throw it in, and that would shut it permanently.
Yeah.
What
Problem
they
is,
happen to
no
have.
idea how to make them. Or where to get them.
But
So
you
that's
could mention that's what it was.
Yeah. This does sound like something that I had to deal with a long time ago. Although, that would require the help of Githzerai. And that's not exactly easy to get a hold of.
I see. Could you describe the crystal to me? Or describe the method, sorry.
Well, the gift handed us what were, I think they were like beads?
They were like
Like
these long crystals, these crests that had like dimensional energy to them.
That's what I think it was. I'll describe that as best I can. The gift supplied us with these, and we would occasionally go out into Lycia Bay and remove the portals as they appeared. It was a slow process, but it did eventually slow down.
Being able to infuse certain dimensional magic without way would cancel itself out, closing the portals permanently. It's not a bad method. Certainly
Perhaps
one
there
that
are
can be
crystals.
crafted.
Perhaps there are crystals around that have magical tendencies or inclination.
There's quite a few of them down in the forge that you could possibly use, but unfortunately, as a lot of you already are aware, the forge is currently inaccessible.
For now. Which is why we're trying to get in there in the first place, but without yours approval, both of yours approval, we're not going to be able to do much without our magic out there.
As the old dwarf kind of just like picking out a few cookies and just dipping them into the tea. Well, considering that the lot of you are
We're all leaning in.
Yes.
I thought he was gonna die there.
Yeah. Nix was just waiting very patiently, just
flat
nibbling
lines
on
right
the
there,
cookie.
mid-sentence.
Just like watching.
I played this character
is just-
perfectly, you guys.
I love this
punches
guy.
his
Porky Pig
chest.
scenario. He has trouble getting his words out.
God. No,
Yeah.
just has to punch his chest. Oh, sorry, heart stopped for a moment there.
Salazar goes up, puts fingers on his throat. He's dead.
How would you know? You're not actually a doctor.
You can study to be a doctor without a doctorate.
I don't have a doctorate. I can act as a doctor. I'm just technically not one.
Just basically just shoves the cookie in. With a plan, at least with that, if you manage to succeed in this matter, that would help us solve many issues. And considering that you now have given Ven something to think about over the next couple of moons, I suppose I couldn't possibly say no to all of you. However, plans are doomed to fail if you go with only just one. Any of you potentially with a backup in mind?
Did we come up with a backup? Because so far it's just been one straight shot of dealing with everything that's been thrown at us.
Yeah.
Let's see. So far, the to-do list is to take care of the forge, help the corruption. We
Get rid
did
of the corruption.
we did give our one of our spells to be reprinted, so that could be part of the backup plan.
So it won't just be us that can perform that spell anymore.
Correct.
Be a long and slow process, but
It would still get done eventually, hopefully.
that's true.
But our plan is to make sure that we do not fail, as we are.
The realms all need to stay intact. It's not just this one. The others are all being affected, and if one goes, the rest do go, eventually. So we gotta make sure this one survives just as the others do, because we're all gonna probably need it when we have to deal with the Dreadnought itself.
I see. Well, I suppose inaction would simply only exacerbate the problems.
Exactly.
As he gets a look at all of you.
Nom 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 nom.
Next, just
munching
eating
on
a
his cookie.
potato.
I think
I'm just eating cookies.
I think all of you might at least be more helpful in activity than to sit on your laurels.
Yeah, that's pretty
In
much the gist of it.
layman's- Yes, yes. In layman's You have my approval.
Well, that's you, and I appreciate it. And then we all look at the other, like, and what of you?
You just gave me a head start in order to start helping close the portals leading here into Arcadia.
Okay, that's good to know.
That's more than what anybody from the Outer Realms have done for me or any of the Forest Guards or Alexandria. If I'm to spit a gift horse in the mouth, I feel that that would be very disrespectful. So, you have my approval.
Yay! Though I feel like one of you may have to come back with us to meet with the other Forge Guards so she understands that we're not making this up.
Or a signed letter, either works. Hopefully.
Perhaps for your convenience, so we're not interrupting your work too much, a letter would work in lieu.
She's incredibly apprehensive, and I understand why.
You see, as the older dwarf, why would there's that pride in her still?
Well, to be fair, another outsider came here to help, and, well, now you have wild magic and all that stuff happening too, so I can understand.
The speculation, it's warranted.
The poor boy Eowyn felt very confident in himself. Said that he had at least a proper means to try and restart the forge in any which direction. It's just...
So to be fair, we are looking for him. Yeah, we are looking for him too, so that is part of it.
If he's alive, and by the gods, hope that he's alive, he was a very gentlemanly type, a little bit brash on the words, but I liked him. Anyways, I will attend a meeting of the other Forge Guards, as we all have to anyways, in order to give our final approvals. So, mayhaps, after today, we will reconvene and we will open the gates to the Arcadian mines of Alexandria, and hopefully your descent to the Forge will be one of ease.
That would be the hope.
That is, much appreciated, Meisterson. Thank you.
I think that there's not too much left to talk about, so I'll let you all go, and please do experience Alexandria to the best of your ability. It is a wondrous place.
We will.
I've been seeing. It's very nicely crafted.
And you see as Ven, and again, thank all of you, as well as you, sir, kind of looking up to you, Canis.
Thank you for your time.
And
Thanks for the cookies.
Just mouthful of them.
take some with you.
Immediately
She
put
has-
some in their pockets.
Applebee's, or not Applebee's, excuse me, Olive Garden stuffing the bread rolls into the bag.
Yeah.
Yummy. Bread roll.
Yummy bread roll.
Cool. Well, we got their approval, so that's one step forward.
True, but did that gal need everyone's approval?
Yes.
We gotta do some stealing before we,
No, we can't do the stealing until we get down there. That's the thing. The thing
we
that
need
we're
the
needing
weapons
to
back
steal
from him,
is down
so we
there.
We have to go back to him to get our weapons and stuff.
That is true.
We should do a restock and resupply of everything that we need to go down there, such as potions or ingredients for potions if they don't have any here.
Do we have the money to purchase them?
I might.
I do.
I might.
Winry keeps quiet because she doesn't have anything.
I didn't exactly have time to grab my coin purse as I was thrown out of my house.
Yeah, you're
Seeing
kind of
as
being
how-
choked out.
I don't think Arya
Seeing
has
as how
any
I'm
coin
probably
either.
not, seeing as how I'm probably not going back for my fortunes, I took most of my money with me. I have
What
enough
foresight.
platinum. It should be sufficient to buy us some potions if we need it.
Yeah, that should cover the expenses.
Nick's like glancing over, he's like, platinum? Like, ooh.
Fancy boy.
Fancy pants, Rich McGee over here.
Spelling BS.
Spelling BS.
Listen, motherfucker. I worked my way from the fucking ground up for this platinum.
Back in my day.
I will not. I pulled myself up by my bootstraps.
You pulled yourself up by your bootstraps. Oh, it's our fault that we don't have all this platinum.
Oh, look at all of my money.
Well then.
That's why he's so grumpy. He has to associate with the poors.
It is the root of all evil.
The pores?
No,
Yes.
the money.
Money.
The pores.
It was there. It was there.
According to some people.
Okay, before we dive into more political commentary, as the lot of you make your way out into the town to recollect supply and ready yourselves.
Suddenly, boss music. Fuck!
Connor,
Huh?
you be Leodon for me.
Leo!
Yes, I can do this.
As you have traversed across Al-Anon and made your stop in Vale, you have proceeded to make your way and try and converse with the current king, Balara. As this city has had many a concern, one of the biggest ones is what looks like to be these looming airships that do not bear the flag of the Adamantine Bastion or of Vale. As you enter within this massive throne room, you can see what looks like to be generals and guards all kind of taking the place as you hear the hailing of your name as the head kind of just pops up and looks at you. This figure as you see what looks like to be this heavily armored and guarded individual. As stands up. Chieftain! It is good to see you again.
As it is you.
Many of the circumstances that we have been dealing with, I'm afraid that I'm very little on time.
That is understandable.
So, as he kind of just steps away from the table and the throne and everything. What's the news?
Tasha told me that there's basically, like, invasions happening everywhere,
Yeah,
correct?
that Roya's back. The king is gone.
I'm afraid it's nothing good. According to my sources, which I trust, for the most part.
The slight side eye. Tasha just like, fucking talking about me.
You kidnapped me!
Just a minor glance into the camera.
Kiki would laugh.
Not letting you escape that. Anyway. Suffice to say, it's a grim situation, to be sure.
Look at
According to my
scouts.
sources, yes. Not quite certain what that's
Well, actually, Leo might know. Do the balloons look familiar?
The airships do look familiar to that of the Adamantine Bastion. Many of their warships.
Okay, so they're Adamantine Bastion warships, not the, oh fuck, what was the
Wallenstein?
nation? Wallenstein?
No,
They're
this
not
is yeah.
Wallensteinian, no.
Okay. According to my sources, the Lumerian king, Roya, has returned, deposed King Canis, and has begun unseating the divine, as it were.
That's concerning.
Deeply.
As kind of just looks left and right. I've been hearing many of the clerics, especially that of Arya, have not been able to connect.
Leo heard
Harper-
Leo heard that Citra was going to the Adamantine Bastion around this time, correct?
Yes,
Yes.
she was there, and then
Well,
she's
you
no
know
longer there.
she's somewhere not in this realm anymore. That's what
Because of
Gotcha.
Tasha.
I know. Oh, right, because Tasha told me that she fucking
Yes.
teleported them away.
Because they were about to be killed. Yippee!
Yes, well, I have a bit of news on that as well, actually. As it turns out, Arya was among those that were in the Bastion when it was taken over.
Beyond the divine gates. That's concerning.
I don't think he's aware the gods are dead.
No, is Tasha there?
No.
Okay. Well, then I would have
Tasha-
no one.
Yeah, Tasha, I think, is looking for Citra 'cause she needs to get into that library.
Oh, yeah. But she would have told Leo that Arya was there.
Yes.
This is all from a second-hand source, but that is what I am told.
We have too many problems in too many places.
Well, whenever my problems would begin to pile up, my parents would always told me, put them on a list and knock them out one by one.
That's currently what we're trying to do. We're still dealing with a lot of the issues down in Wallenstein, but they have thinned their forces from attacking up here. They're more preoccupied with something in the south aside from Thalia. I want to say that there might be a better chance to assault them now, but I get a feeling if we remove any of our forces here within Vale, whatever those airships plan on doing, they'll take that moment to take that leverage. We need allies.
If there's one thing the Farcloud clan knows, it's the skies. I think if you're looking for friends, I would happily extend my hand in friendship to you. We need allies in this trying time.
To my understanding, you're still rebuilding.
That much is true. That much is certainly true. I can't offer terribly much, but I can offer my best. If those airships try anything, I can send some people to deal with it.
Wouldn't be a bad idea. We also still need ground forces. Were you just coming by here just to say hello? Or did you have a plan?
He's on his way to see Dante, but he needs to go through Vale, right? From what we plotted.
Yeah.
I do have a plan, but that requires me to visit an old friend of mine. I'm passing
criminal.
through Vale, but I figured I might as well get your ear while I have it.
I think there's a lot that we could discuss today. But if there is a means to providing you at least decent travel to your friend, hopefully gain another ally in this war, I wouldn't say no.
He smiles. That's great. I'd be willing to accept any help you have to offer.
I'm sure there's plenty that we can. As he goes and he presents you towards the table and allows you to begin discussing certain plans as your eye kind of looks up and takes an observation of another individual who's keeping a very close eye on her king. A familiar
He sits up a little bit in his chair, his ear twitches, he looks around, he looks up at...
He's in the rafters watching.
He sees Kestrel and he just smiles, gives her a wink, and then goes back to talking.
The happiest little wave.
And as such, as the scene proceeds onward, that's where we're going to go ahead and take a break.
It's break time!
Break time!
Leo's doing chieftain shit.
Yeah.
So proud of him. They grow up
Alright.
so fast.
Can you imagine me having to do a lot of this organization? Just like trying to remember where everybody is at. Alright, so with that, we're going to go ahead. We're going to take a quick break and we will be right back. So see you all coming back from break. Break time. And we're back, fellow power bottoms.
See, this is why I called you out yesterday.
It's because you
being a power
reminded
bottom?
me. Yeah. It's because you reminded me that I said it. All right. That being said, let us get back into today's session. Oh, there it is. Sorry. Come on. iPads. Alright. So. Where last left off, as you guys traverse throughout Alexandria in order to restock and gather supplies. Anything in particular that you guys are looking for?
Probably potions.
Definitely potions.
There are a number of potions here, healing and otherwise.
What is our budget?
With Salazar's pockets, the budget is yes.
Well, it's not infinite. Right now I have 69 platinum on me.
Nice.
Yeah, like I said,
Nice.
the budget is yes.
You are aware how much a platinum is worth, right? It's only 10 gold per platinum.
It's only 10 gold, it's not 100.
Yes.
It's not infinite. No, it's not a lot.
I've got the equivalent of 690 gold on me.
Yeah.
That
Because
seems like a lot to me. I've only got 13.
I have 390.
because
gold.
the point I was going to bring up is I only have 2 diamonds for a Revivify, and I was wondering if we had enough for any other spares.
I have
It doesn't
6
seem like we do.
diamonds left. No.
You have 6?
Yes, she had. Listen, we went up in the moon to go find a damn near god. She
So,
brought
yes.
diamonds with her.
We have diamonds, sir. We're
Okay,
good.
that's not a problem then.
Sorry, she has 7 of them. She has 7 diamonds because she's like, I don't want no one dying.
Yeah, because I have 2.
Let's see.
Hi, I'm your
I
other
could shell
cleric.
out for another one. I'd still be left with like 100 something gold left over. So I mean that Revivify or
Revivify
it?
is a
Raised Dead?
300 gold piece.
Raised Dead is 500, I believe.
Well, I have 7. You have 2.
I
could-
have... Let's see. Do I have any diamonds? Hold on. I swear I have a diamond. At least a diamond.
Your
Lucy.
cleric
Y'all
had a
are so
diamond.
sparkly.
In
Your
the sky with diamonds.
Yeah, I think you're mixing that up with Perel. She had the diamonds because she was the cleric of the group at the time.
Well, we also split them up a little
That is
bit,
true.
just in case, because being cautious with the shenanigans we were dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I have any diamonds on me. I do have a healer's kit though.
Let's see.
Which that's always good to have as well.
I do have a diamond, a singular diamond.
Okay, so that means we have 10 diamonds in total.
And I believe Greater Restoration required diamond dust.
Correct.
Yes.
At least 100 gold pieces. So we have enough for that.
I think I have one vial. Yeah, I have one vial of diamond dust on me.
Let's see. I do have a healer's kit and a herbalist kit. Wait, do I have a healer's kit? No, I just have a herbalist kit. Merritt had the healer's kit.
Healer's kit doesn't do much. That just allows you to stabilize.
We have
it's
we have for
different.
individual.
I actually have the healer feat, so I can get more out of a healer's kit than your average bear.
You can get even more extra due to the homebrewed rules that we have as well.
Well, okay.
It's extra nice.
Yep, I can just bonus action stabilize someone, get them back on their feet. At least 5 hit points. It's pretty good, but I've only got one, and I need to buy them again once the charges are out.
And
Yeah,
worst case
like
scenario,
that's the thing, that they only have an X amount of charges. I think it's 10.
yeah,
I've got
I believe
3
it's
left in mine.
worst case scenario, you heal them, bring them up to 5, and then Citra does have heal. The heal spell.
Right. So I think we
Unfortunately,
should
I don't-
restock on the healer's kit and definitely get probably another vial of diamond dust. Perhaps.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can get some diamond dust.
It's only 100 gold piece per vial. Am I the only one with one vial of it so far in the group?
Yeah,
Yes.
you are.
Okay. We might want 1 or 2 more of that then.
Arcadia would be the place to just be able to get that, to be fair.
Also
Yes.
true.
Rather than having to crush our own diamonds, so.
Yeah, this would be the spot to get all of your gemstones and metal materials and stuff.
Adventurers looking
you
for
got
diamonds,
lots of
triple
the,
mock-up.
I mean, it's probably one of the more common stones that they managed to find, at least for them. Dwarves.
I could be selfish here and buy myself some more quicksilver.
What do you use that for?
Create Magen.
Dude, it'll help, so I wouldn't hold you back on that.
I mean, like, I don't know when you would be able to find quicksilver again. It might be good for a backup.
Maybe. And create the 3rd type of Magen, which is the most powerful.
Ooh. Spicy.
I mean, yeah, this is probably the best place for you to find mercury.
I will look to see if they have any quicksilver.
They would. I mean, this is
Excellent.
Arcadia. You guys have been told pretty much wait until tomorrow morning in order to go down into the mines and forge.
So we'd have the time for you to get that, and then also do what you need to do to make them.
Okay.
Let's see. I'm gonna also check some of my spells if I need anything in particular for any of my higher level druid stuff.
Citra's
I
like,
know for a fact that I don't have higher level druid components. So
Citra's like,
double
I
check
got
on
paid a
those.
lot of money, and I never really needed to use it.
I think the higher level stuff normally requires like very specific foci as opposed to things that are consumed.
Yeah. Tends to be pretty costly component.
Yeah, I
Stuff.
want to make sure material is consumed. There we go. That's what I want to check out. Da-da-da-da-da.
Like, Hero's Feast requires you to have a, 1,000 gold piece art object in order to focus the cast?
That is
Yeah, you
very
need it like a
true.
jewel-encrusted bowl or something.
Right.
Yeah, and it is consumed once you use the spell.
Did Hero's Feast
That's
consume it?
bullshit.
Yes.
Yes, it does.
Fuck. Why do you eat the
Material.
bowl?
Consumes
Okay.
I don't think
it
I don't think you eat
consumes
the
some
bowl.
of the material
I'm
components.
I'm reading
the
straight
contents
from
of
the
the bowl are
14th book. The PHB. The gem encrusted bowl worth at least 1,000 gold pieces, which the spell consumes.
Peaches.
Sorry.
Gold peaches.
Damn it,
Gold
y'all must have been
pieces.
hungry. Why are you
Immortality.
eating a golden bowl?
Yummers.
Yummy.
Yummers.
My insides feel like they're being cut open.
I mean, if I could get some sunstone, that'd be nice for this big old spell that I've got.
So, like,
That is-
we would not be able to...
For a level
like,
6 spell, that feels a little much.
I didn't make
For
the
which
spell. Hero's Feast.
Hero's Feast.
But it also does a lot of bullshit. So keep that in mind. It does a whole bunch of bullshit, which is why it has the price tag.
It's a whole bunch of for the day buffs.
Yeah, it's like 24-hour, I believe. No, it's a... Wait, no. It takes an hour to consume. The effects last for 24 hours. So
Yeah.
yes.
I think one of them was immunity to fear. I think it gives some temporary hit points.
Yep.
I'm going off
Let's
of memory.
see.
I don't have it open.
I have it
Oh,
open.
you're
Okay. So the creature is cured of all diseases and poisons, becomes immune to poison and being frightened, makes all wisdom saving throws with advantage. It hits hit point maximum, not temporary. Hit point maximum increases by 2d10, and it gains some number of hit points. The same number of hit points. It gains the same number of hit points, and these last for 24 hours.
Yeah. So it's a lot
So-
of good buffs, and it lasts a day without needing concentration.
Yeah.
That's why it
Which would
has the cost on that.
high price can tag. Yeah.
A 1,000 gold piece punch bowl that you eat during it.
Nom.
The spell eats it. We don't.
If you have a lizard folk in the party, you might eat it.
That is true.
Okay.
Nom 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 nom.
I was also checking the...
Ah.
Oh. That's a pretty cool, interesting thing.
Oh.
The A5 ebook has a couple of rare versions of the spell for Heroes Feast.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah.
Are they
which we-
compatible to play around with?
Yes. Yes.
Nice.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Like right now?
Yeah. I mean,
Grabby hands.
We've been slowly trying to work this in for a while, but like, I mean,
hands?
take a look at, if you guys want to take a look at the spells that are already in this book, they're all already backwards compatible with 5e. So if you want to take a look at some of the spells inside of this book, it's the best.
Might have to do that
later.
Yeah.
Later.
But on the fly, I don't think that we're going to be getting the bowl.
No.
The punch bowl.
No.
No. We will not.
Unless we
will
find
not
a-
be be dining on a super cool punch bowl.
Yeah, so no punch bowl for now. But I have that spell if we do want to get that for later.
I think I have access to that too as cleric. I think.
Anyways,
You do.
Yes.
so are we still getting the Quicksilver for Salazar then as well?
I mean, it's his money and his decision.
That is true.
Yes.
Yahoo! I will still buy the vial of
Wow,
diamond dust, however.
I'm terribly sorry, Connor. You are roboting very hard for me.
What the fuck?
Oh, it's
you're back.
back.
Now you're back.
Whoa.
Discord
That's
acting
right.
up.
Yeah, it was a Discord
What the
thing.
dick?
What the beepus?
What the sigma?
All right.
Excuse me.
Okay. So in order to kind of go over this, because I usually try and be as quick as possible, the usual denomination for healing potions within pretty much my entire setting, most healing potions are about 100 gold pieces. Greater healing potions are 250 gold pieces. Superior is 500, and then Supreme is 1,000.
Jesus Christ.
Well,
Probably some regular
Never
ones.
mind. I cannot get health potions in that case.
Yeah. Well, the lowest health potion I think is 2d4, and that's 50 gold each.
Yeah.
At that point, we might have just use something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, the two
Like
clerics.
I have
life transference. If anyone goes down, I have a quick way to get them back up.
Hooray!
Yeah.
We have diamonds.
What's the
and we
point
have
of
that.
having consumables if we can't consume?
Yeah, Citra has gained aura vitality and heal as well, so she's eating good.
I don't know if making them is easier since we are spending time to like do everything anyway. So like Nyx can make health potions, but they would be like the lighter ones, unless like I believe if they like get a crit or something like that.
Yeah.
Fair
also,
enough.
Citra gained silvery barb, so now it's not just Arya that can do it now.
Hooray!
Okay.
All right.
I think we got it then.
Yeah, so how much for the materials to make such things? Just the on the lighter side, emergency only potions.
Material wise?
Yeah, because I can make my own while
Oh, okay.
like we're spending the day. It would only be like a single day.
I mean, it's almost just as much as it would be in order to actually make a potion. Obviously, because so that way, there's no game-breaking mechanic to it, but you do need the particular skill in order to make them, which you do have.
Yes.
So, it will cost about 80 gold pieces for you, just to gather the materials.
I can spend that? Yes, I can. 80 gold
But
pieces.
it's 80 to gain the materials to then make a potion that only costs us 50?
No, a regular healing potion in this world is 100 gold pieces.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, I heard 50 for some reason. I was confused.
So if that's the
we
case,
have
then
burners.
it's better just to get the supplies and then make it ourselves.
Yeah, I can spend a few. I'll see about making like maybe 2 or 3, just to have for emergencies for folks who like need to just pop one or what have you.
Yeah. Alright. So...
Da-da-da-da. Miss 80. Okay, so I got that. So 3 potions. And minus that.
So Salazar gets Quicksilver. Nyx is getting materials. Anyone else?
I can't imagine what Citra
I
would
can't
need at this
afford
point.
anything, so.
Yeah, I think only like 2 of us have money.
Yeah.
And I
Citra
just spent all
Salazar.
mine.
Who spent his on Mercury.
I apparently had some money, but not like a ton. If someone wants help with something. I have 140 gold, allegedly, according to my sheet.
I have 390 if you need help.
It's just been in your pocket since before you ascended.
Apparently.
This gold is older than all of you.
It's out of circulation, it's worthless.
I have
But in the
It's
right
only
circles,
worth
it's
its weight.
invaluable. Think about it this way: there are pennies out there which to us are worthless, but to a collector, priceless.
and I have 200 gold pieces for anybody who really, really needs stuff.
I mean,
We
it wouldn't be
only
bad
have...
for Wenry to have a potion, but that's pretty much everything that she's willing to ask.
Yeah, basically I'm giving Salazar and Winry potions since most of us can heal.
Yeah, I'm looking less at that and more, we only have 1 vial of diamond dust for a greater restoration. And that
I
is
just bought you
status
one.
effects.
Yeah, he bought you one.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not that. Yeah, okay.
That's
we
like
have
all
2.
of my gold.
Yeah, because he spent it on that and the Mercury. So
Still
2
got 9
uses isn't...
platinum left.
Okay. So 2 uses isn't bad, but we could be a bit better considering we have, 9 resurrections possible?
If you need to have Citra punch a diamond into dust, which she's punched other things into dust before, she can do it.
We can find out.
She literally
Emergency
punched
dust.
Leo out of stone.
It's easier to just grind them together.
Yeah.
I have a pistol.
I mean, if you're on the
I don't
run.
think you understand how hard a diamond is.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, Nyx is not that strong. Nyx has a -1. There's no way in
It'll
hell.
break your mortar and pestle if you try it on diamond.
Absolutely.
No, but Citra's staff, I'm sure, can do it.
I think that's all I can buy.
I think we'll be alright.
Yeah.
I think that's all I can do for now. I'm going to save the rest of my money for any further opportunities or emergencies.
So I think we're good then?
I think
Yep.
so.
Citra's just busy having the big think over everything that's happened so far. That's it.
Big think.
Yep.
So much think.
Alright. Hold on. As a lot of you finish your shopping for the day and await for the answer from the other Forge Guard, you'll, I believe, we'll be shuffling into the Magnificent Mansion again.
Probably, because Salazar's got to get to
Probably.
work on the Majin.
Oh boy, I can't wait to go to bed in my new room. Love you, best buddy.
I have to draw it now. It's just them with in the same shirt. This is our get along shirt.
Alright. As you set up a Magnificent Mansion,
Oh yeah.
you shuffle your way in and make preparations for dinner, and I'll let you guys talk among yourselves.
Yeah, the spread is pretty similar to last time in terms of food. Lots of
Chimkin.
chimkin, lots of noodles, eggs. Sort of a even spread of both Asian and like Middle American cuisine.
I'm sorry, what is American in this world?
Chimkin.
In terms
Chimkins
of
everywhere.
In terms of geology,
Geography, sir. Not geology.
Geography.
American
Very different
cuisine.
studies.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I would say probably closer to what Alanon sort of is. Probably northern Alanon, really.
Okay.
So, like Lightengord, Krog,
And
Dracovania.
Gotcha, okay.
like Mesoamerica, like Aztec sort of food spread.
Yeah,
Not
Gotcha.
McDonald's.
Right. not hot dogs and hamburgers.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's no looters here,
Connor-
unfortunately.
Connor, is it just Mexican and Chinese fusion?
Essentially, yes.
Hell
Like
yeah.
you said Mesoamerican, I'm thinking like, God damn it.
Can we call it Chex-Mex?
Where else am I gonna get a taco bowl and a bowl of ramen?
Ooh,
Not gonna lie, that sounds kind of good.
numbing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
That does sound too good.
Nyx is eating up, but also thinking.
Citra's
Very,
just
very
wondering why she's
curious.
getting instructions for everyone else.
Yeah. Nyx is curious about the limitations of the dreamscape kind of thing happening.
Does she already have wine?
Oh, of course. Like
It is there. It is provided.
They probably have now a manifestation of, like, their own fountain in their room at this point. Who knows?
A fountain of wine.
You just seem to be enjoying it so much, Salazar just put one in your room.
Hell yeah!
Hey, there you go.
That's alright.
Shiny
All that leaves your
man.
system when the spell ends.
Shiny man, did you put something in this wine? Oh, yes. Oh, not again!
Thank you again for using your means to provide us a meal and shelter.
It just seemed like the easiest, most cost-effective way.
And honestly, most private, so we don't have to worry about other people prying.
Precisely. I'd been developing it for some time. Doing research into the spell seemed like it would be very useful for someone like me.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to be making another one of your creations?
Correct.
Do you need assistance, Doctor? I'm sure you don't, but... Oh wait, now I have to make potions.
I was about to say.
Shotgun some wine. It's just like,
It seemed like you might be awfully busy.
right.
And while I appreciate it, I don't necessarily think that anyone other than me would have the know-how for this. It is a spell of my own creation, after all.
Fair enough.
Well, that would be very intriguing to observe. I think I'll leave you to it.
Unless you want company.
I'm not opposed to people sitting in and observing if they would like. I just don't think it would be very entertaining.
Well, I
Except for
don't know.
Cadus.
I could take notes. And,
I don't want you joining in, Babaka.
It's not like it's not like I want you guys here or anything, but Babakas.
Listen, Citra made sure that those two are being friends now, so she's always gonna offer.
But yes, Winry is the obligate scholar, so whenever it comes time to learn something about magic, she's more than eager to take notes.
Yeah, unless
I will
someone
sit in and watch too.
Yeah, unless someone wants to talk to Citra, she'll just probably keep Salazar company for a hot minute.
Observe if you wish.
Meanwhile, why did I even say that? Why did I say this?
It's like, okay, where's your potions place? Or at least a good desk. My room's full of pillows, and I'm very happy to keep it that way.
All it will take is a wave of my hand, and you can have what you need in whichever room you would like to do it in.
Yes, I'd need a room that is separate from my bed.
He literally just snaps his fingers.
Yippee!
You have it.
Breaks a bottle.
It's alright. Someone will clean that up, I'm sure.
Okay. Now to get serious.
Just one of the ghosts that comes over, mops it up, sweeps up the glass, and then eyes Nyx as they leave.
Don't feel bad, they're not people.
Oh,
Jesus.
damn.
Slow blink. I mean, like,
Sorry,
they're made
but
with
the
magic,
judgment
right?
comes from Salazar.
It's hidden in there.
It's just a fragment of his psyche that's just like, really? Okay.
Yes. Excellent. Just gotta make sure I
Saladin's
don't mix up the wine and the potions while I'm working.
That would be to everyone's benefit, I believe.
Yeah, that would be a nasty surprise on the battlefield.
Yes. Oh, I don't think that'll be... No, that won't be important here. No, I don't think so. Maybe
This
in a
is
different
why.
date.
Finishes it anyway.
This is wine! I was thinking of the sleeping oil, but that will not be needed, I believe, because we're dealing with constructs, so I will not spend my time working on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nyx has a very special formula that they figured out with sleeping oil.
Sleepy dews.
Yep.
Ah, chloroform.
More like you stab somebody and then they fall asleep. Kind of.
Ah,
It's a more owie chloroform.
Tranquilizer.
Yeah.
That
Here.
one.
Yes.
And it bypasses the whole magic aspect, so it can even put to sleep elves.
Oh shit.
So
Get fucked.
yippee.
Right. So is Wenry going with Salazar or is it Citra?
I think Salazar has a whole audience right now.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
I've
God,
got like
yeah.
a captive audience here.
Yeah. Nyx is all alone,
yeah.
drinking wine and making potions. And Salve wants to sit in and chat with them.
Salve is actually a little interested in Canis right now.
okay.
Oh, it's your turn.
Haha!
Oh, am I gonna get chewed out now?
They're both kings.
I don't
Our
know.
wives are missing.
Are you a danger to Citra?
Probably not.
I think.
Sorry, just writing my last note here.
It's all good.
Yeah. I'm gonna also, let's see. It's been a while. I think I roll and I forget the DC for the potions bit. But I can do that quietly on my end.
I believe. What is your medicine proficiency?
Let's see. Medicine proficiency. Where are you? There you are. I have a 10.
How do I have it higher
Sorry.
than you? Holy shit.
And I am proficient in herbal medicine, like making herbal,
Yeah.
like the herbalist kit. So I get like a +3, I think, with tools, being tool proficient.
Okay.
So that's 13 total.
Roll me 2d20.
Okay. Ah, wrong button. Okay. Let's see. I'll use this for now. I can't find my dice. I moved it.
That's a 1.
Yippee!
One more. He said 2. Wow.
On a critical success, does Nyx just make 2 potions for the cost of 1?
Well, considering that the second one roll was a 5.
So I got a 15 and then an 11.
In the first effort, you unfortunately didn't check your pH balance, and you made a poison.
I'm just gonna.
That's still
pocket that
useful.
one.
That's useful for a different reason.
It is just considered a flat poison. If you can apply it onto an item, it will add a potential poison condition with a DC 13.
Injury poison.
Nice.
DC
Yeah.
13.
Beginner poison.
Yep. And then you do manage to make a healing potion. Standard
Let's
issue.
fucking go.
Yep. Standard issue, and ready to be used.
Okie dokie. Let me just. Oop, I need to delete this one. And then I will add a standard healing potion.
Then I'm gonna switch over to music. All right. You see Canis as you find yourself in the same presence as Sav as he goes to approach you and takes a seat at the table. It is eventful, huh?
To say the least of it, yes.
I was wondering if we could talk a little bit about Roya.
I don't see why not. Although I may not have much to talk about on.
I mean, from one king to another. In my younger days, when I was just becoming a leader, his presence brought a sense of stability within Associa. Much of its history had been long lost to the Favormark, but from what I have heard, there's not too much about my past that is explained. Probably for one reason or another, Roya was probably due in part to that. Before I was Sultan, I was a slave. I was forced to work fields. We had many overlords, elves, dwarves, races that saw themselves as superiors at the time. Then the shining light of Lumeria came barreling down towards our lands. I had started building my resistance at the time. See, as he kind of like leans and looks back at his weapon, a familiar one to him that has been in his hands since day one. He did not like that practice either. He knew it existed, but he was trying to change things. I didn't like him, to start with. Saw him as a extension of the gods, and you know, my history with them has all but been tainted.
I can't imagine you having a good relationship with them, knowing that you were a slave.
You begin to lose faith, and you pray and you get nothing in return. So, I broke my own chains, forged my own freedom, not thanks to the gods, but thanks to the will of man. And I made everyone else believe that. And so, when we tore our slavers from their homes, we burnt them in their fields, we collapsed mines on top of them. We were free at the cost of blood. So when Roya came, he saw me standing at the top of a mountain that I had killed so many to get to. He simply asked me, was it worth it? I told
Was it?
at the time? Yes. I genuinely do not believe that we would ever be free. That we were always going to be less. So I to this day believe that killing was necessary. After 5,000 years, I wonder if I could have ever done it differently. Knowing what I know now, having done what I have done, it's hard to believe that I am any better.
It's a hard thing to judge. Some will simply see you as a murderer or a tyrant, for simply the actions you did. Whether or not they care about the context as to why.
That's the history of Associate that they do not wish to tell. Over time, I believe, the elves and dwarves became a little bit more peaceful. Those who didn't, they sought after their dark gods, despite their greed, their underdark tyrants as well. What I did to the Infernal Born, to Tieflings, to all that were born of devils and gods, there are times where I do believe that I regret it, but there are times where I wonder if it was entirely necessary. I wonder if Raya would have hated me.
You still have a far better relationship with him than I will ever have.
Do you want to?
I'm unsure. I still think we need him, though. And whether or not he's willing to listen to what we want or need is entirely on him.
I agree.
So, you've known him for quite a while. How receptive is he to listening to people?
He was always the first to listen to everything. Me and Falu, when we would make our way to Lemuria for his banquets and for these feasts of kings, he would listen to us bicker until the sun came up. He would mediate. We'll find peaceful transaction. And if peaceful transaction could not be found, then he would not be opposed to a violent one. There was once a time where me, Falu, we argued so greatly that we had not spoken for years. And Roya tricked us both, looking for a treasure that didn't exist.
Do you think that man is still in there somewhere?
Yes. I do believe he does exist in there. I do. I will not think that it is something I should be able to do alone. I wish Falu was here. He was far more wise than I was. Forever will be. I do not know what has changed with Roya. I know there is somewhere deep down all that anger and all that pain. There is him. I just hope that we can reach out.
Sad to say about your old friend, but in order to get into lesson, it may need to be beaten out of him.
I assume it would not be the first time.
Well, me and him are... I believe I'm losing. The first time we met, he killed me. The time after that, I killed him. And then he kicked me out of my home. So I guess I owe him one.
Certainly his presence must have had a much more longer history than that.
Well, you mentioned your friend Falu. He did pose as him for a while. I believe that's when we interacted the most. And I suppose he's also partially to blame as to what history between me and the UNT and the death of my mother.
I see.
You knew him as a great king, but from most of how I knew him, he was simply playing with me. Believe me when I say that we do still need him, but he is making it very difficult to not want to kill him.
I apologize for It is astounding the amount of damage that the past has done to the future. All things I wish never happened. This has a lot to do with anger. You mentioned that he took the form of Falu. What for?
I can assume so that he could remain hidden for whatever reason. But he would as Falu, he was posing as a advisor to the Queen of Vale. I suppose it was to gain more information as to the time he woke up from his own stasis. Figure how the world worked before he made his grand reveal.
He's had a long and nasty history with Vale, believe it or not.
Oh?
We were well and aware of a particular individual who found themselves ascending power that he should never have had. Called himself the Lich King. An individual like that was capable of forming the power of gods on his own. Should never have happened. He decided to march his way across Alanon in order to assault Maria. I suppose his efforts to try to seek peace with them always failed. I suppose he also wanted to see what the aftermath was of him taking the Lich King with him. And even now, his eyes and hands still play machinations within the realm of Otsivan, I assume. I've never assumed that the Lich King was dead. Just not around. That aside though, if he did go to become an advisor for Hera, I'm assuming it's probably because he wanted to do exactly as so, but the aftermath of his actions. He was always deeply reflectful. But he was in the service of a queen. I wonder what would make him decide to betray everyone and everything.
You may have to ask him that when you finally meet him again.
I suppose we do. As you see, as he kind of raises up his glass. To the old and the new kings.
To us, I suppose.
Clinks the glass. As the scene pulls away, you'll find yourself watching as Salazar preparing the spell to create a Magen.
Winry has her pen in hand and ready to take notes. Purely scholarly, of course.
Prepared ahead of time for the ritual, which takes an hour, by the way. There is a life-sized cloth doll that Salazar has fashioned himself. It's very rudimentary. It's just like a blank, vaguely humanoid-shaped cloth doll with, like, straw stuffing. But it will suffice for this spell. Inside of the doll's chest cavity is an intricately crafted crystal rod. Yes, I'm reading the casting of the spell right now. He puts some ash into the doll as well. And as he is preparing the spell, he starts to look like he's in pain a little bit. As he holds his skeletal hand over the top of the doll's head, this iridescent, silvery mass of, it looks like a liquid almost, begins to travel up and through Salazar's chest, into his shoulder, and then down his arm. And once it reaches the sort of skeletal portion of his arm, it becomes more apparent that this is sort of a shimmering, silvery drop of water almost. And as it trickles down to his middle finger and drips down onto the doll, the moment it makes contact, the crystal ignites with power. And the shape of a adult Yuan Ti male begins to become more apparent. The color of its skin turns a very vibrant blue. It has sapphire-colored slitted pupils. And as it awakens, you see arcs of electricity beginning to crackle up and down the length of its entire body. As over the course of this hour, I will have created a Galvan Magen.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Ooh. Fancy.
As you do. This being your latest Magen, as well as the understanding of connection between life and lifeless. Something within your notes today strikes you. A particular spell that you have been attempting to design for over a year now. You realize you're connecting a missing piece, a physical piece that is necessary to the design of how to place a soul back into a body proper. And there are limits that can finally be broken with this kind of spell. It is a culmination of so much work that, as you see, as the Galvan Magen sit upright and see as the body kind of forms and moves and becomes structural as it slides off the table aside and then stands straight up, towering, and joins the other two Magen, ready for action.
A couple of the servants in the Magnificent Mansion will bring it an outfit.
And in this,
There's nothing really to hide. It's more of like a Ken doll situation.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
But it just looks better.
Yeah.
And also with that, the Strike of Inspiration, a spell with no name, and the components that it would be necessary in order to cast it are not outside of reach, but there are pieces that you would need to collect before placing this soul into a body. It is a level 9 spell, but we will be discussing it later.
Right. I think Salazar, in a moment where he sort of forgets there are other people in the room,
The rest of us are just like, holy shit.
he looks towards the Magian and then he looks at his notes, and then it's a little creepy, like something like a smile crosses his face, but it's not happy necessarily.
Impressed with himself?
It's more like a "I've done it"
Yeah.
smile.
It's proud, kind of.
Maybe a bit more manic than proud.
I finally figured it out. Smile.
Yeah.
More like a mad
Epiphany.
scientist's "I've done it."
Yeah. The aha moment.
How tall are these things again?
They're medium sized, so they're probably about like I would say the what is it? The Deimos Magian? The Deimos Magian I think would be the tallest, just because it's the most physically imposing.
Mm.
Yeah.
Then it would go Galvin and then Hypnos.
Gotcha.
The Deimos
Yes.
Magian. I'm the Juggernaut, bitch.
I'm the Juggernaut.
When Ree was writing notes, the other two were just kind of like eating popcorn, like, holy hell, that was really cool.
Nick's coming in late to class. Damn it!
And that's why Wenry took notes.
Oh well.
How did your potion making go?
He sees like the door open and then he like jumps slightly.
It's like remembers that people are here.
Right.
The other three were here the whole time.
How did your potion
politely
making go?
quiet.
I might have mixed up my wine and potion just a little bit, so I got a little bit of a poison, but it's fine. I'm sure I can find a use for it later. The other ones turned out good.
Poisons are just medicine in stronger doses.
Exactly. Ah, yes. So, looks successful. So, congratulations, Doctor.
This will be helping us all if things go as I assume they will.
What kind of skills do you intend for this one to have?
He looks over to the Galvin Magian and he says,
Demonstrate.
and as he does, these like huge arcs of electricity will begin to crackle off of its body. It can cast just straight up lightning bolts.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Just
Okay, I like that one.
I did take a little bit of inspiration.
Thank you. I'm flattered.
Fun.
Indeed.
Well, considering that we're being told we're going to be fighting a lot down there, this will help.
Yes, so we're going to be fighting a bunch of golems, and I assume maybe some constructs. I mean, these guys build a bunch of stuff, so who knows? So we'll have to prepare accordingly. Just thinking of past experiences. It's best to have a variety of probably acids and not just all fire. Lightning helps a lot. This will be good.
Well, thankfully, fire and lightning are not all in my arsenal.
They're same. The two sorcerers.
Yeah, Nick seems to
Magic.
be... Yay! Magic! Nick seems to be trying to strategically think about the battle coming up ahead as well. There's not much else we can really prepare for other than getting our equipment back.
Aside from getting some sleep, probably.
Yes.
I think sleep would be a good idea.
Hopefully I don't get further instructions that get more cryptic.
In the future... I'm not sure if this would be the proper time to do so, but... if with your permission, I would like to... perhaps try to venture into one of your dreams.
You can do that?
Yes.
There is a spell for it.
I can, but
I mean,
I prefer to ask for permission in this particular case, as
if you want to, I don't have a problem with it.
I probably shouldn't do it tonight. Had a little bit
Raises
too
an
much
eyebrow.
wine.
Well,
I don't know if anyone wants to do an insight check on that, but
Citra
Salazar might.
Citra, I think Canis and Salazar all have a pretty high insight, I think.
I don't think Canis is welcome in Salazar's room.
No, but I'm saying, like, most of us have a pretty high insight to begin with.
Winry's is average. Is a 6.
I could roll.
It's a 16. 16 based off of our game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
let's see.
Yeah.
Plus 6, but it's a 16 because 10
Oh, it's a
plus
plus.
6.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
passive assumes that you rolled a 10.
Yeah.
Because
Gotcha.
we use passive proficiency in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nyx is actively trying to lie here, though.
I don't know shit.
You have a +2? Good God.
He was like, he raises an eye and then, like, lowers it again.
Wine sounds good, actually.
And he'll like snap his fingers and a couple of servants will bring him in a pitcher of wine and a goblet.
23?
Let's see.
Whether or not she calls you out for it, but a 23?
Oh!
Yeah, Citra definitely catches that. It's definitely not the entire truth. The wine is not doing anything to their mental, but...
Citra just kind of, like, tilts her head at Nyx and just kind of, like, gives a slight nod, like, okay. And just drops it, though. It's that, I see there's something going on, but I don't know you well enough to push that boundary.
Takes a sip. I also don't have it prepared, but that would be
That's fine.
the actual
Yeah.
truth, but...
Yeah. Citra needs to get to know you a little bit better before she starts prodding. She's also not going to sit there going, "You're lying," in front of everybody either, because that's not going to bode well.
Never usually does.
Never usually does.
No.
Do you think maybe I could get some brandy, Salazar? It's been a while since I've had some.
Brandy.
I know.
I can make some
It's a pirate
arrangements,
thing.
I suppose.
Is it a pirate
thought
thing? I thought that
rum.
was rum.
I thought rum was more the brandy.
Rum and brandy.
More
Those
of
both are
the
good.
pirate drink of choice, but
Citra
there
just
is alcohol of all types, other substances meant to skew the psyche to different states. Help yourselves to them. They're not real.
Real enough.
Real enough for the duration of the spell, at least.
Real enough for me.
Good enough
I
for
think
me.
that might be it.
The demonstration is over. You can disperse if you wish.
Well, thank you. It was very educational. I love learning about new spells.
Alright. As the night gets late, and all of you find yourselves shuffling into your rooms, into your beds, to sleep. Salazar, as you walk amongst the home you have created, you see that there is still this small conversation going on between Canis and Sav before Sav looks up.
Salazar pretends like he wasn't looking.
I believe the night might be getting a bit late. Perhaps we can discuss more of more kingly things later.
Let's.
And he gets up and he passes by Salazar from the room. And makes his way back to his own quarters.
Just follows him with his eyes without moving his body.
Standing behind the two that are just quietly there.
Oh, you mean Canis and Salazar?
Yeah.
Okay.
Salazar takes his goblet and his pitcher of wine and pours himself a little bit.
Productive evening, I'm assuming?
Yes, quite productive. I've another Magian now. I've called it a Galvan Magian.
No. I'm also assuming it's going to be quite useful, considering we spent the night on a friend of mine's.
It's another body. Has its own tricks. Can fling around lightning. Our small acquaintance gave me the idea for it.
Remarkable.
I feel like there's just a black cat somewhere watching this.
From the shadows, just a thing with their own thing of wine, just like, ooh, drama. Drama for a bit.
Wow!
Oh yes,
Something
the
to,
look who's coming to dinner conversation. Fucking wonderful.
something to look at.
I believe I will be retiring soon.
Yes. Have a good night, Salazar.
He just walks away.
Next, lame.
Doesn't say it out loud, but it's just like, psh, and walks off.
Man, they didn't fight.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was I not entertaining enough for the evening?
Nope. I was gonna be there as the referee at least. Gotta have a fair fight.
Next wearing like a black and white striped shirt.
I mean, their clothes can change into it, so it's like want it very clean.
Damn it! I thought this was going to be exciting. Walks away.
Just
Entirely
samba
up
whistle.
to you.
Whee! Raises a red card.
Next
You
comes
said-
out looking
you
like
guys
this.
said you would talk later. Now it's later.
Yeah.
It is like, man, the fuck do I say to him? Fuck.
Well, he did make an offhand comment going, I don't have a home anymore. Pointedly at you.
Gee, y'all complain about him not being subtle enough. How do I bring up the whole racism and me killing your people thing?
Well, he's giving you signs between that and your room decor. He did not activate the trap card. Shame.
I don't know, how do you guys handle people hating you?
Y'all got Nix a problem just with goes me or what? like, so, what's up your ass?
Yeah, like, Nix does not handle it lightly.
They are not poetic about it whatsoever. Yeah, Nix is what's up your ass. Teacher's like, did I do something wrong? Two completely polar opposites.
Immediately takes the blame.
Yeah, no, teacher does.
You've got to stop doing that.
I'm sure a lot of the people that didn't like me aren't standing. Not a lot of the people who didn't like me are standing
I mean,
anymore. So
You could always just bravely go, hey.
So,
Hey, sorry.
and walks away.
Yeah, that's it. Just, yeah, sorry about that. Bye now.
Salazar would be fucking dumbfounded.
Oh,
No,
Changes
it's like,
the course of my
hey.
life. Says he's sorry.
well, doesn't that make that all better?
I did a bit of an oopsie. I did a bit of an oopsie daisy about
A
5
little-
decades back. I hope you don't take it personally.
Your Honor,
Eto bleh.
Your Honor, I claim oopsie daisies.
All right then, so we're all square. Bye now.
Clearly.
Do you want to start that conversation?
I mean, Salazar's
No.
not going to initiate it.
However, Canis, with your insight, though.
Do it, do it, do it.
Candace is gonna pull
do
Citra away. Actually,
You're gonna what?
he's gonna pull Citra away for a moment.
She's about to open the door. You.
I need you.
I need you a moment.
Hey.
I need to show you something.
Okay.
He'll guide Citra over to his room.
Sees the giant snake skeleton. Oh.
Show her the room.
Oh.
Yeah, Citra sees just a miniature perfect recreation of a rather royal bedroom inside of a large stone chamber with a gigantic snake skeleton in it.
I'm guessing this wasn't your choice?
No, it was not.
Mm.
Close the door.
It's a little hard to sleep in there.
Yeah, Citra's just kind of like...
No. It's just the two. It's the two of them in there
Citra
in
just
the room.
has her hands together like, like, because she's been picking up obvious, like, anger and just, towards Canis from Salazar, and now seeing the room, she's like, oh, this is probably a lot worse than what she was assuming. This isn't just a little tiff. Do you want to explain to me how this, might make sense? I was a very sheltered kid. I'm warning you now.
Some years back, 50, before I even became King of Lumeria, I had to deal with Sahir and gesture towards the skeleton
Okay.
corpse.
That tracks.
Snake thing. With that came most of the Yuan-Ti.
Mm.
There were some rather heated moments back then, and it resulted in the near extermination of Salazar's people.
I would say absolute destruction of his people, because there were only 2, and now there's actually only 1. Oh, you probably don't know about that, do you? Yeah.
No, I did not.
We had to deal with one named Grin Nostriv. He was also Yuan-Ti. But, unlike Salazar, he was absolutely awful and evil. But one bad apple does not make an entire people bad.
There was far more than one bad apple for what I had to deal with.
Meanwhile, just about any other creature and sentient being on Earthseheimel has a lot of bad apples.
Citra, the reason I show you this...
Huh?
I have no idea how to talk to Salazar about any of this. Without it... I think one of us would try to kill the other.
If he wanted to do that, he probably would have by now. I don't
assume
think
so.
that's his course of action right now.
The point I'm trying to make. How the hell are me and him going to make amends, or at least be in a professional relationship? You are the closest person to him, at least as far as I'm aware of.
We know each other well enough because of a job.
He more than tolerates you.
I think. It's not going to be an easily broachable subject, but given that it's kind of skewed a little towards him, you are going to have to be the one to talk to him about it, because I don't think he will. But given the state of your room, he's definitely dropping hints.
I couldn't tell.
I can't promise you that won't come to a lot of fighting and yelling, but that might be something that he needs. I'm the only one of my kind because of just how rare it is that my Nephilim appears. He's the last of his kind because they were eradicated. I can't imagine living with that kind of knowledge and emotional turmoil. And you guys clearly probably have very, very drastically different points of views as to what happened. I can sit there and referee or sit there to make sure one can talk while the other one listens, but it's just not... There's gonna be no real easy way to broach this. But taking the initiative to talk to him about it is a pretty big step. I would say, obviously, don't, go at him in an attacking kind of way, but this is very much going to be a talking of point of views and how the other feels. Because as soon as you start pointing accusations, things kind of get nowhere fast. I don't know much beyond that. Like, Salazar does tolerate me, but I don't know him well enough to prod and know about his past. Now that I know this makes a whole lot more sense.
Yes. I doubt it will either be solved quickly, and I'll have to get used to this room, at least for the short term.
This kind of hurt is gonna take time, but it's gotta start somewhere, and given that, I don't imagine our quests are gonna get any easier. Probably a lot more deadly as time goes on. Starting now is probably your best bet. But it's best to be delicate and to listen than to be on the defensive and waiting to just make a aha gotcha point, if you understand what I mean.
I do.
I don't think either of you are bad people. Clearly something awful had happened, but that's two sides to a story that the other doesn't know from the other side, and it's obviously not going to bring back his people, which is awful, but there's got to be a bridge here. You have to meet each other halfway. You got to get past the awkward of this is just going to be a really awkward and very unfortunate conversation. But if it makes you feel more comfortable, and if he's comfortable with it, I can be in the middle if you need to kind of make sure things go smoothly, but I can't say anything on the matter because like I said, this is the first time hearing of this. So I
know.
But at least being like a unbiased middle.
It will probably help.
I mean, I can approach him and ask him if he's willing to listen and be okay with you talking to him about it and let him come to you after that, or do you want to approach him yourself? I mean, you're not a child, I understand that, so.
I know. And you are most likely right about me needing to approach him.
The less distracted we are as well on the battlefield, the better it is for everybody. And getting to understand the people you're working with is a pretty strong bond later on.
Another point on that. Do you think he trusts me enough
I
for
don't know
me to
about
help him?
but he might have enough to at least open the door to listen and give him the space to say what he needs to say. It may not all be at once, it might be in little bits, but it's just going to take some time, and you have to be patient with it. This is a trauma. And I'm assuming it's a trauma for both of you.
Very much so. The issue with that, however, is I'm a perfect face for him to blame it
He
on.
might need it for now. I don't know. I don't know how this is going to go. I don't know what he's going to say, what he knows, what he's been through. But you can't avoid it just because you're unsure of how he's going to go about it. But this is a wound that needs to start healing in some way, and if you just let it be, it's just going to keep festering. I mean, he could not want to talk about it at all, and, at least you made an attempt, but an attempt needs to at least be made.
Thank you for the advice, Citra.
Hoping it helps, and no problem.
Well, it can't make anything worse.
Hopefully.
Probably.
But I believe with communication and listening, a lot of things can be solved. That's kind of how I handled Tasha at one point. Now we're friends, I think. Has to think about that one. Wait.
Kidnapped friend, but...
No, she wasn't kidnapped. That was Leo. She got kidnapped by a bunch of driders in a
Leo's got the
Celsium.
Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah.
Also because the universe told him that killing her would probably be a bad idea.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Citra, Tasha was like, I don't want to tell you anything. Citra just said, please, rolls a natural 20. Well, I'll tell you my whole life story. It's hard. The thing you're going to know about Citra is that it's going to be very hard to tell this one no.
Well.
It's late now. I mean, it's up to you when you want to do this, but considering that we're going to be in a bunch of mines and fighting soon. Your choice. Okay.
No, it is late. I suppose you can wait one more day at least.
Fair enough. You just let me know. Good night,
Good night, Citra.
Canis. She keeps trying to call you Your Highness because she knows you're a king, and it's just, nope, for now, it's just Canis. And she'll, happily leave the room of death. She, pause. Do you want to stay in my room, I guess? Or are you good? Okay.
No,
Alright.
I'm fine here.
The
Live
skeleton
with my
looking down at you.
sins.
Fucking Aztec drums playing in the
Sees
background.
a little black cat scurry away.
Joke's on you! I'm always alone with my thoughts. They hate me!
Scatter!
Well then.
You have no audio.
Who? Oh, shit.
Uh-oh.
Yarrow has no audio.
Oh, it
Is
maybe the
something
battery
unplugged?
might have died.
The god has been muted.
He charged it during the break, though.
Fuck.
It might not have charged enough.
I thought he did.
Damn it!
Give him
Look.
a second. Give him a second.
I'm glad I caught it before you started on a full
Tangent.
thing, and we were like,
Okay.
wait.
Yay!
Oh,
Yep.
there we go.
Yay!
There
we
it is.
are.
It's
Oh.
not doing that noise?
Nope.
No, it's not.
Not at the moment. No.
Don't invoke it.
No, it
Just
is not.
ignore that it's just ignore it. We're good.
I'm not gonna tempt fate on that one. Right. So, quite luckily, because these things, it's recording through the mic pack and also recording there.
Yay.
I didn't. You wouldn't have lost me at all. It's fine. So,
Yay.
as the night comes to an end, Arya,
Uh-oh.
as you find yourself comfortably sleeping,
Oh, no.
and
I was so comfy cozy.
falling into your dreams as the night takes a sound comes through. Not one that wakes you, but one that is a part of you. You hear almost like layered on top of one another, these whispers, these voices. This is a familiar feeling. Prayers as they stack on top of each other. Hear panic, fear, and you find yourself in this palace, the Sultan, as your vision begins to pull closer and you hear the faint prayer of somebody begging, needing help, as you look and see as you stare at this scene, this room destroyed, these massive craters. And you see a elven woman as she is trying to get away, as she's pulling herself further and further away from this massive bestial creature. As you see on this massive wall wings spread apart and pinned to the wall. And a figure just head slumped over. And a prayer. The sound of protect her. Protect Citra.
Oh no.
As the last breath and whisper ceases. You take a look back at this elven woman as you see as she folds over onto all fours, and you see as the form immediately takes shape of a wolven-like creature and bolts away from this palace as quickly as possible. At full speed, you see as they disappear into the sunny daylight of Celsius.
I'm sorry, it cut out a bit. Where did they disappear into?
A
Into the
Celsium.
sunny daylight of Celsius.
Yeah.
Which winged creatures on the wall?
As you look back, heavily armored,
Oh my god.
the long blue hair draped and crusted over with blood, and face of this very dark-skinned man.
Her dad.
And with that, you are drawn from the dream and the vision as the prayer comes to an end, and you are slowly put back into easing rest as the whispers of prayers begin to fade away from you. The vestige of your godhood still clinging on by a thread. Before the new day begins. And that's where we're going to go ahead and end today's session.
Holy shit!
Oh, it's time to break Citra even further. Let's go!
Holy
Du-du-du.
shit!
Yay!
Ah, as soon as Arya wakes up, the first thing she's gonna do is go give Citra a big fucking hug.
Without context?
I feel like Citra's kind of similar to this, so maybe you can relate. Arya is definitely like emotions first.
Oh, yeah, no, Citra's all emotion. What are you talking about?
Tanelli
What?
tried her best, but she's only one werewolf.
Fuck.
I'm sorry, Aaron just wrote off my dad.
Yeah. Citra's dad. And then Arya is hearing prayers again? Fuck.
Quite
Huh?
odd indeed.
This is a lot.
I'll explain a little bit later, but I think we should, fortunately, we're a
Holy
little over time, so
shit.
we do have to wrap up. We will get to
All
roleplay
right.
soon, I promise. The roleplay stuff will be coming very soon, I promise.
Oh.
But,
I hope so!
just
I was
not-
waiting
I
for
get a
it!
break this episode.
Oh no,
I'm
he
in
had
transit.
a 2-second cameo earlier.
Yeah. Don't worry, he'll be probably joining us either this session or next.
Funny
Or
goat boy.
the next session or the session after next.
The adventures of Rolloy will continue.
Yes.
In the adventures of World War.
So with that being said, we're going to go ahead, jump on to some relatively quick announcements, and then we're going to head on off. So, first and foremost, as for me, I have just a couple of announcements. As to those who don't know, I have been hard at work getting back into the directorial seat of making How to Be an Adventurer, and I'm really looking forward to starting the production of that again very, very soon.
Yay!
I'm glad I took the sabbatical. I feel very creative enough to start getting back into it. I love it. It'll be in production again very, very soon. It's just we're at the directorial phase, and that's pretty much it. As for the other thing, hey, I believe AVCN has finally debuted tomorrow. And as you guys know, a lot of my gaming content will be revolving around AVCN. We have updated the Twitch channel, we've updated the YouTube channel. All that stuff and that content will be coming out very, very soon. If you guys enjoyed the live stream, I really hope that you did. And I really hope that you guys enjoy more AV stuff coming in the near future, as I have been kind of just planning a lot of stuff for him. So yeah. Last but not least, like I said, hopefully, the Blast Guard subclass will finally be released. We will see where that kind of goes. And I think that's about it for me. That being said, Connor, how you now?
That's me. They can find me on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Tumblr, Blue Sky at Distortion Devil, Instagram at Connor McKinley VA. You can find all my TTRPG content that I do for myself over on youtube.com/Devils and Dice Rolls. Got some episodes of Eve of Ruin that we're running through right now.
Noise.
Yeah. Also, depending on when this comes out, I will be at a convention in March, late March.
Ooh.
Yeah. Guesting at a convention.
Nice.
Anime
What convention?
Detour. Come see me.
Ooh.
That's about it, though. Leave it to Blue.
Hi, it's me. It's Blue Kazanate, the owner of a very near future broken Citra. Thanks, Aaron. I've not much going on. Just doing more and more D6 art and doodling here and there. I've been also hanging out in Connor's streams lately, and I guess once Aaron starts streaming, I'll be hanging out in there. I've also been doing my own art streams, but all of it's all like commission stuff. Not much else is really kind of going on my end, aside from just, like I said, just streaming on Twitch and posting to Blue Sky, because I'm never going back to Twitter. And may you rest in peace, TikTok. But yeah, not much else I could say, because everything else is spoilers. So I'm gonna toss it over to Mal.
Huh?
Your turn!
Wait, huh?
Yeah, I tend to just show up in my friends' streams. Haven't really shown up in many of Connor's or Yaro's streams, but you can also find my Blue Sky at Sir Melvick, and that's about all I got, because I do occasionally post art there.
They're really good art, so I'm just saying.
Thank you. But that's it for me. Tara, how about you?
Alright, y'all can find me on Blue Sky at Tara Corbin BO, YouTube, Tara Corbin. One thing to announce to you guys, just in case this potentially impacts anything, I'm auditioning for a play tomorrow.
Ooh.
So
Which one?
The Importance of Being Earnest.
Oh, I like that one.
It's an Oscar Wilde play. It's very, very fun.
Very good.
Back to the social media stuff. Since the whole thing with the U.S. government banning TikTok, I randomly went very fucking viral on Red Note or Little Red Book or Xiao Hongshu.
Nice.
So I feel obligated to post on there again. So.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Audio actually cut out there for me.
Yeah.
It
I was-
did.
Yeah.
No, sorry, it's my internet connection. But basically, I went super fucking viral on there very, very randomly. And now I feel obligated to post on there again. So maybe I'll be posting there. I stupidly put it under my name because it was connected to my Apple ID. So you can search Tara Corbin on Xiao Hongshu, Red Note, Little Red Book, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Okay. Hey.
Oh, that's me.
It's
That's
you.
Yes, I am Ray, also known as Key Ink and Calligraphy Ink on various platforms, including Blue Sky. Let's see. Been just trying to finish up any remainder commissions that I do have. I've been very, very busy with that kind of stuff. Let's see, helping with suitor armor, of course. I believe that... Let's see, want to double check. I believe that volume 2 of suitor armor should be announced at this point. That this video has come out. So, yay! Yay to that. Other than that, I'll be hanging out in people's streams when I can. Maybe doing my own streams when I can, if I'm not doing any NDA stuff. And so, yeah, I think that's about it. Passing it on to Kendra.
Hi, everybody. I'm Kendra. Also known as Transient Day, and I guess I'm not all around the internet anymore, given events.
All the events.
Primarily, you can find me over on Blue Sky or Tumblr. I do have an account on Twitter, but you won't find anything on there for reasons. Blink, blink.
Blink.
Aside from that, not doing too much. Unfortunately, I lost my position as social media director of the TikTok, so well.
You'll be taking
still
care of the
have-
shorts.
We still have Tumblr.
And we
True,
still have
we-
shorts.
We do still have a few
Tumblr,
things.
we have
so.
YouTube shorts, we have
Blue Sky.
Oh, well, that's plenty for me to do then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aside
Please.
from that, most...
You'll always have a job here.
You're always
I
employed.
hope so. Yay! Anyway, so, yeah, not much else going on my end, mostly just school stuff. I will also be popping into various people's streams, sometimes Aaron's, sometimes Connor's. If Blue's streaming, probably hers. And then I've got a few other friends that I try to pop in with every now and again. So, if you see me on, yeah, that's me. Yeah, I think that's everything.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention. It won't be these next couple of sessions, but we do have an upcoming guest returning. It will probably be after the Arcadia thing, but we have somebody planned for end of February, beginning of March, very, very soon. So look forward to that.
Okay, I'll pick up the pen.
All right. So with that being said, again, thank you all so much for listening. Don't forget to check out our sponsor, Mirror Labs. But thank you all so much for listening. Thank you for hanging out with us. Stay safe out there. We love you. And as always, see you next Sunday. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Have a